tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Well, hello, folks. Hey. Yeah, we got a bunch in the house already. That's great. That's great. That means somebody needed a place to go today, so they decided they're going to go to the Sty Shack, hang out. You betcha. We all love the Sty Shack. We all love hanging out with each other. Okay, I got to take a shout out to folks over here in the chat. Kathy Kahan, she's always right up there up front and always says, I'll be back. And she is. She's back. Lori, great to see you, Lori. Metal Music Maniac. It's a Sunday for most of us, folks. It is here. It's nice and sunny out. Oh, yeah, it's nice and sunny out there. Yeah. Not the rest of the week, though. Oh, and there's Mystic Bunny. Hey, Jan. Hey, sweetie. Good to see you. Awesome. I'm having a good day today. Having a very good day today. I cannot complain. Well, I could, but I don't know about what yet. I'll find something to complain about right later. And then there's Kimberly Ferris. Hi, Kimberly. Oh, it's so good to see you. Well, there's Freeman James. There's my brother. Hey. Big hugs to you and sis. Yeah. It's great to see you there, James. Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's the folks out in the chat right now. I have someone in the basement, but they're not in the basement. The lights are on and nobody's home. It's running water. And he's busy. He's tarping and strapping down his load and getting ready to hit the road. And he was up chatting with me before the stream. And he said he's gonna try to pop back in. So he's down he's staying connected. And he said the minute his camera comes on, he starts waving, I can pull him up. So he might be joining us in a bit here. But literally just minutes ago, he headed out to get his load taken care of. So he's a busy fellow right now today. So I hope you're all having a great Sunday. I hope you had a good week. I would have to say I had a very good week. Health-wise, it was acceptable. It was an acceptable week. Yeah, I'd take a lot more of them like this last week. Tomorrow I go through my next round of chemo. So for 3 days, I'm off the charts, gone, out of here. Because they put me on that dang pump, that that chemo pump that I got to bring home with me and wear all the time for 46 hours. So Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, every other week, forget it. I don't even mess with. I don't even plan anything for those 3 days. I oh, look at here. Well, let's see what he has to say here, Mr. Fulton. He's saying, "Hello, Uncle Sty. I have some big, exciting news today. I got a job at Texas Roadhouse, and I had a fantastic first day at my new job at the Texas Roadhouse today." Well, good for you. Good for you. I hope you enjoy your new job there, Mr. Fulton. Good for you. The Hey, there's a usual, the channel of transparency. It's great to see you there. Yes, awesome, awesome. So anyway, a little more of an update. They had warned me week before last about side effects, and last Sunday I told you I still hadn't felt any, even though I went through 3 days of chemotherapy, 4 hours one day, and then 3 days, well, a little over 2 days with a pump, the like, and I was supposed to feel all these side effects. I got a little neuropathy in my hands. I can't touch things that are cold, and it just hurts the fingers. Other than that, I haven't had a single side effect as of last Sunday. But they said it usually takes a while for them to start kicking in. So they said, well, they might show up yet during this last week. Nope, no side effects. So knock on wood, I will have another good 2 weeks that this next chemo round won't take the wind out of my sails too much. I plan on, they say Fridays and Saturdays. If they take the pump off on Wednesday, Friday and Saturday will be my rough days. We'll see. Last time I was on the pump, I was outdoors working on Saturday. It felt like $1,000,000. Felt like $1,000,000. I would like to see that be the way it goes. If that's the way it goes, this is going to be a lot more tolerable and a lot more easier to live with. Um, I really do this new chemo process. I really do like the fact that hair loss isn't even one of the side effects of it. It is. It's on their side effect list, which it's got like 115 different side effects. It's right at the bottom. I think it's the third from the bottom of that list. And that list starts with the most common one to the least common one. And it's only one person out of 100 experience any hair loss. I love it. I get to keep my beard. I can keep my beard. Ain't that sweet? Oh, I feel so good. I'm not lonely anymore. You know what poor lonely old man, right? And then and I love this because it makes me look good. Hey, sweetie.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Look at you. Look at you. Oh yeah. What you got going on your cheek there? Oh, that's awesome.
Just little
Yeah.
stencils I put on.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going pretty doggone good right now. I just hope and pray it stays that way. I get my second round of chemo tomorrow, and if it goes like the first round did, I'll be really, really happy. Really happy.
Good. That's good news. Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, this week went pretty doggone good. Pretty doggone good.
That's good to hear.
I I really do like the fact that they asked me that they've been calling me about every other day since that first chemo. Anything new? Anything new? And I tell them, no, nothing. Nothing's changed. The only thing, I got neuropathy in my fingers. That's it. I said,
Mhm.
but I was kind of used to that with the diabetes anyway. And they're just going, okay, we'll see what the second round does to you. I said,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. You know, a lot of people, um, they feel the effects right from the get go, and then a lot of people don't feel anything till the second or third round of it. I said, so let's see where it goes. I said, I'm being optimistic, you know, because if I feel the way I have since that last treatment this spring and summer, I'll get some stuff done that I'm just
You'll
aching
have
to do.
some pep in your step.
The I got to hold a huge garage sale, big yard sale. I got so much crap to get rid of. And the thing is, you know, people say, well, you got to have all the things in order before you die because your family's going to be fighting over shit, right? Well, I know what's going to happen. They're going to fight over, wait a minute now, who's going to flip the bill for throwing this shit away? You know, that's what they're going to say, why do you leave all this crap for us to deal with? You know, no. I got a bunch of shit to sell and get rid of. And if I can turn it into greenbacks, then I can do more off the cuff things. You know, I'll have the ching to jump in the truck and go for 3-4 days, go do whatever the hell I want. You know,
Very nice.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I was busy this morning. Yeah, tuning up the old GoPros and
Oh, cool. Where are you going to take those at?
well, I'm getting all my camera gear all set up for this spring once I can get out of the house and start doing things that I want to do. I want to have cameras available for everything. I'm just
Yep.
gonna content. I had a gal ask me last week. She said, "Well, I was gonna do your membership, but if your channel's only going to be up for a short while like that, um, why would I become a member?" I said, "A year or two short?" I said, "Come on." I said, and those memberships are going to help pay for the content, gas in the truck to go out hiking and camping and doing shit. I said, so yeah, feel free. Memberships are still good. I mean, it's still, what the hell? You know,
Sorry.
yeah,
You're not out the door yet.
that's it. I mean,
I get it.
oh my God. That's, you know,
Wow.
she looked at me kind of funny when I told her, I said, you know, that makes me feel just as odd as it would feel if I went in the backyard, my kid's back there, and he's got a 3 by 6 foot hole dug in the backyard, 6 feet deep. And I asked,
no.
what are you doing? Oh, just, you know, you ain't going to be
Just
around
get
that
ready.
long, and I don't want to do it at the last minute, you know. Yeah,
God. Just not even caught on burial expenses.
yeah, you know, get caught up on things.
It's fucked up.
It'll be so quick, you know. The
The GoPro
Yeah,
9 is a challenge for me. I've never tried the GoPro.
no, I have some issues with quality with them, and these are good ones. They're GoPro 7s, but I'm gonna set both of them back this evening. I'm gonna set them both back to the factory defaults, then go in and tweak them again, because I don't know what it is. I can do video work on those, download it, play it, and it's crisp, clean, running great HD. I create the video through Filmora, which is a great editor, upload it to YouTube, and it's fuzzy and got weird shit going on. And I hate that. But it's like where the hell did my quality go? It was so good. The raw material is so good. But the final product getting posted to YouTube isn't. And it just pisses me off. So, but
Yeah.
Oh, Virginia Bushcrafter's got a GoPro 9. There you go. Yeah, they can be a little challenging, can't they? Even the 7's a little challenging. Took a while to kind of get the quirks out of it, figure out what all those features are in the thinking thing. Yeah. Boy, people are coming in the house now. We got Tim from Kirk Whipper. Whoop. There he is.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Joe.
And there's Joey. Yep. He's saying, guess what?
Every time.
Guess what? Guess what?
How you doing?
Crazy
Yeah, I'd like
Joe.
to. How's Running Water doing? Where's he at today?
He's getting his load all secured right now. He's out there. Take a quick peek at him, and then we'll.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
How's
Hello.
it going?
Oh, well, I just got loaded, and now I'm getting ready to roll.
Hey, Naju Quee, good to see you.
Hey, Nash.
Getting ready to roll, are you?
Yep. I just had to put in all my stuff in the computer, telling it I'm loaded and get my log going, and now I'm going.
Now he's going. There he's going. Now,
Yeah. This is our yard.
Now, where are you at? Nebraska?
Yep, in Grand Island, Nebraska.
And he's heading to Loveland, Colorado.
It's a beautiful day out. Nice.
Yeah, look at that.
Sunshine, clear sky.
We got that here, but next week it's supposed to be cloudy and snowing all damn week.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
there's
have snow still. It's still snowing.
Hi, Teresa, sweetie.
Hey, lady. She'd come say hello.
Well, hello, U-Haul. Hey.
Howdy.
I don't want to rent it. Lend me one of your trucks. For a dump run.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We're going to have to make a dump run. And I was thinking, when Running Water comes home, we'll make that dump run. We got tons of recyclables. And just got to get that shit out of here. Because the recycling truck, when it comes to the bin we have, only holds maybe, if I'm lucky, a tenth of what I've got for broke down stuff. So, but I was looking in the back of his truck going, yeah, we could just use his truck. And I'm looking at it, no, we ain't using his truck. They jacked the price up from $15 to $25 for a truckload. So we're using my truck. So I'll have to get my truck all ready to go. And when he gets home, we'll load that thing up with junk and get it the hell out of here. Yes, happy birthday there, Samantha.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It was a relaxing day.
Nice gift from the boy.
Yeah, Colin, he's a sweetie.
Colin's
Okay.
cool. I like Colin.
He's so funny.
Teresa's on her break at work. Yeah, I think of all the live streams we had when Teresa was going around streaming while she's working. Yeah. The
Good old days.
yeah,
You know,
Mr. Fulton. He's trying to draw your attention to his great news. I He got a job at Texas Roadhouse.
oh, very nice.
Yeah, and I noticed that he did say that he gets a 30% discount there.
Oh,
Well,
heck yeah.
hell yeah, I'll take that job.
Some of that to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got one up here in Anchorage. It's pretty good.
Hey,
I-
little pizza, sweetie.
I just go there for the chili and bread.
For the chili and bread. Yeah, that's good there too. Yeah. Yep. Chili. That's what I'm having for dinner after the stream today.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, I'm having loaded chili. Nice big bowl of chili with a bunch of, I like Frito corn chips on top with tons of.
Oh yes.
I put some extras on it, lots of cheese.
If you really want to be bad, you gotta get like the chili cheese Fritos. Those are the best.
Yes, that's what I got. That's what I got. That's what you got to use for chili.
Yeah.
I mean, why use plain old Fritos?
No, when you got the chili cheese.
That's like,
Hey, Mystic,
that's like,
thank you.
used to drive people crazy when they come to the house and I'd make black bean nachos for everybody, and I'd make them in pie tins, put them in the oven, the melt cheese down, and everybody's, oh, they're so damn good, and they'd say, what's so different about yours? I said, because I use nacho chips.
Mm-hmm.
You don't use plain old corn chips for black bean nachos. No, use nacho chips.
Mm-hmm.
And add all the other shit, Let's get real here. Why do you come up with all this fancy crap you're putting together and then put the dullest chip you can think of?
Plain chips in there, yeah. I
There's
always
some-
make my nachos with the cheese Doritos, the nacho cheese
Yep,
Doritos.
absolutely.
Macho nachos. They're freaking delicious.
Macho nachos.
So, yeah. Hey, Rebecca, thank you.
Rebecca.
Good little crowd rolling tonight.
Yeah, that's great. Like the theme song says, we're all looking for a place to go. I made one.
You
Come
did.
on over. Let's hang out.
Coming in.
You betcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody wishing you that happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you, Kimberly. Much love, guys and gals.
Oh, Kathy, okay. She's got to go grab the grandbaby.
See you, Kathy. Much love.
Thanks for stopping in.
Have a good day, sweetie.
Yep.
She's a great gal.
Yeah, and she's got the grandbaby quite a bit. She just loves the grandbaby. That's cool. That is so cool.
The little ones, they make life worth living. Very precious innocence at that age, It's just so cute. I miss the baby age. I really do.
It's like my oldest
Like,
daughter, little one, she's got that severe illness she's dealing with, and kids are weird because that girl don't even know it. I mean, she don't even know she's sick, and she's as sick as sin. She's sicker than I am, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And she's always got a smile on her face. That little kid, to her, it's life. I mean, she's too busy living to even realize she's ill, And we as adults, it's like, oh, I feel sick. Oh, well, what's wrong? Well, I just ache a little. And I say, oh, quit whining about it. little kids go through worse shit than you, and they're laughing and smiling. They want to play. I seen kids in the hospital with a dozen tubes coming out of them, and they want to play. They want to do shit. It's like, kid, yeah, you're in the worst shape you could possibly be in, and you're all happy and yeah. I don't know. I don't know. To be a kid for your whole life, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
They're definitely resilient for sure.
That's it.
They're not all mucked up yet, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
like to a kid, it's just they deal with what's in front of them, like one step at a time. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
forget all that as we get older. Like,
And it's the toughest thing is for me is when my kids turn to teenagers.
yeah,
It's when all of a sudden they realize they know everything that nobody
Yep.
else in the world knows anything, only they know. That you're so wrong about everything. Well, that's because they're a teenager. That's natural. Once you become a teenager, you don't need anybody to tell you anything anymore. You know,
you know it all.
you know it all. You've been there, done that,
Oh
Well,
gosh.
and they don't
you should
realize.
move out now while you know everything.
Well, that's it. is
Right.
I think I like our age requirements on drinking, driving, voting, all of that shit. But the move out age should be 13. Once you hit 13, bye. Bye.
Once they start arguing with you, it's
Yeah,
There you go.
and
go find out
And
for
kids-
yourself.
kids don't appreciate. They don't appreciate the fact that there are no abortion laws for the ages of 13 to 18 because there'd be a lot of abortions during that age period. Come here, you little bastard. It's like, yeah, should have never had you. You were good until last year when you turned 13. Then you went all the hell on me.
Yeah,
So it's
that's-
time to get ready. My wife pissed my youngest boy off so bad. He didn't talk to her for a whole year. And he's her baby. He's the baby of the family to her. He's everything about him, right? Well, she got pissed off at him about something. And she made a comment that hit him so hard. He didn't talk to her for a year. And that comment was, "You pissed me off so much. You're lucky that humans aren't like some animals and that we don't eat our young." He called me up. "You won't believe what Mom said to me. She said I'm lucky that she doesn't eat her young. She wants me dead. She wants me dead." I said, "Your problem, not mine.
Welcome
She's
to the
like-
club, Sonny.
Yeah,
She's
she
wanted
must
to be
have
dead for 20
Yes.
years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the group. I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm her
better.
son." Yeah. I said, I could see her now. I walk in the kitchen and go, "What in the hell are you fixing for dinner, Joe?" "What?" You
Sloppy
can't-
Joes.
Yeah, we're having sloppy joes tonight. Oh my God, she's eating her young. Yep. Okay, Teresa. I hope you have a good shift. Don't work too hard. It's Walmart. People
Much
that
love, lady.
have work ethic are the ones that are working hard at Walmart.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday. I hadn't been in there for a while. They finally got a new manager there at the store. That store went to shit so bad. Empty shelves, filthy, nasty store. I quit going in there because I couldn't stand looking at the place. When I was in there, we kept her in it was pretty well stocked all the time, clean at least. And I walked in there yesterday and I'm going, it ain't the same store. They tore the carpeting out of the store, put all new tile in. The place is spotless. And there wasn't an empty spot on any shelf anywhere. There weren't carts of product sitting out on the floor to get stocked or anything. It was all so well stocked. And I grabbed a couple employees that worked under me when I was manager there. They were on shift, and I grabbed them and I said, "What in the hell is going on around here?" They said, right away they panicked. What's wrong? I said, no. I said, I haven't seen this place this well kept since I was here. What's going on? And they said, we got a new manager. And she carries a whip, boy. You're going to do your job or you're the hell out of here. Okay. I said, I got to meet her. So I got to meet the manager and I talked to her. I told her, I said, thanks. You saved the store, because it was at the point where Dollar Tree was talking about closing that store. And because they just couldn't get anybody in there to run the place. And yeah, this gal's doing it. Boy, she whipped that store. All the stock. I'm notorious at the Dollar Tree for doing it. I go and I look at the stock. And I look at the Best Buy dates and expiration dates. And I can tell if they're rotating their stock. Heck, I only put about 15 minutes into doing that yesterday. And I'm going, damn store's fresh, man. Everything's fresh. Nothing even bumping the Best Buy date. Everything's fresh. That was unusual. So for a Dollar Tree, that place is pretty sharp. But our dumb fucking town, attached in the same building is a Sherwin-Williams paint store. Dollar Tree offered to buy the whole building. They're leasing the part for the Dollar Tree store. But Dollar Tree offered the owner to buy the whole building. And the owner said they're more than willing to sell the place. The city of Ashland that I live in, their city council said, what are you going to do with the other half of the building? They said, we're going to put a Family Dollar in right next to us. Because we own that. We own Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. So we're going to put a Family Dollar in that other half of the building. The city council here in Ashland said, no, we're not going to allow you to. Nope. No dollar. No Family Dollar. Now that's a stupid city. I mean, the Sherwin-Williams store can move to a different location easily. And there's plenty of locations here.
A lot of stuff open on Main Street that would do them good.
Yeah, there's plenty of retail space available. But I mean, take a look at Domino's. They nabbed up that spot right on Main. I mean, and where do they nab a spot? Right across from the big clinic there. You would believe how many people I've seen come out of that clinic right across the street, right into Domino's, and get pizza to take home after the doctor's appointment.
I think we still have one. I'm not sure.
At Domino's?
Yeah.
You've got a pizza place just down the street from you, though.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of their pizza, but Colin, that pizza's not very. I mean, it's
okay, but
good.
Yeah.
Colin likes Papa John's. That's where we usually get ours from. Unless we know somebody that works there, so we get it for cheap.
No Papa John's here.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we got one up in Superior and Duluth. I don't know. I would suspect we do. But yeah, we lost our KFC. Oh God, I could have killed them when they got rid of the KFC. All they needed to do is get a deep franchiser in there. It was a franchise KFC, and the franchise owner was getting bad managers in there. They got the public turned against them really bad for the bad service. And KFC pulled the franchise, said that they weren't providing service necessary, pulled the franchise from them. And nobody bought up the franchise. It was a pity. It was a pity. My youngest boy stopped by yesterday to visit. He comes in the house. He grabs one of Running Water's Mountain Dews. Yeah, you're definitely we'll have to run to Walmart when you get home there, Running Water, to get dew. Your brother, and you should do that, is if you buy cubes, we'll hide the cubes and leave a 12-pack. Because he only takes one. Because he knows there's only a dozen in there, So he only takes one because he wants to make sure there's a dew when he gets here, right? That little food, boy. Yeah, Running Water. And I have talked for hours about how his brother used to tell Running Water, Running Water would offer him something. And he'd say, oh, no, I don't eat that, or I don't drink that. I don't. And Running Water would leave a bunch of it at home, go out on the road, come back. It's all gone. The empty crap is here, but no, his brother ate it all. But he told him, no, I won't eat it. He won't eat it when Running Water's here, but the minute Running Water walks out the door, he feeds his face with everything Running Water's got in the house.
Well, that's like that box of Girl Scout cookies. I stashed those so he couldn't find them. Like, hid them in the boxes. That's the only reason they're still there.
He asked, is that goofball still buying big boxes of Girl Scout cookies? I said, yeah, he just got a new box. And he goes, really?
No.
What's he do? He comes right here to the front room, starts looking around through these boxes and shit. Oh, no. He took those out on the road with him. I said, but I got 3 boxes in the kitchen up on the top shelf up there. You can help yourself to a couple of boxes. And he goes in there and he goes, oh, wow, you got 2 boxes of the Thin Mints and a box of those caramel ones. He goes, I really like those caramel ones. I said, I told you could take a couple boxes of Thin Mints. You eat a couple. He took them. And I asked him about a week later, I said, did you enjoy those cookies? He said, I ate them twice. He said, 1 box one night, playing PlayStation, ate the whole box. And a week later, I ate the other box. I said, oh, cool. That's good. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm glad he didn't look at the expiration dates on them, because those were cookies that Running Water got before I moved in a year ago, December. So they're over a year old, those cookies. The big box that Running Water's got, those are fresh new ones. Those were the old cookies up on the top shelf. I was going to eat the damn things, but I was being tube fed and all that shit, so I couldn't eat none. So they just sat there. I thought, yeah, okay. I don't have to throw them away. And he ate them. So, yeah, good for him. So if we can get him to not look at expiration dates, maybe I can get him to take some other shit. Yeah. I'm cleaning out our fridge. I did a count. We have 9 jars of pickles in our refrigerator.
Gee, Merry Christmas. That's a lot of pickles.
They're all open. And they all have maybe 1 or 2 pickles on them. I can't eat all them damn pickles. There's no way in hell. So I'm going to keep a couple jars. I'm throwing all the rest of them away. It's a sin, but I'm throwing it away. I want that refrigerator to become a refrigerator again. Right now, there is no place. You couldn't put, I swear to God, you could not put one of those little snack pack Jellos or something like that in there. There's nowhere to put it. Literally. Guys, I'm not kidding. Everything is, if you pull something out of there, 4 or 5 things. You got to be ready because 4 or 5 things are coming out with it because they're packed in. They're so tight in the fridge. And I'm throwing that shit all out. That's what I'm going to
Well,
do.
when it comes to stuff that's mine, all I care about is the horseradish, the barbecue sauce, and taco sauce. Those three things are all I care about in there.
But those are the
Jesus,
3
yeah.
things I care about. So those wouldn't get thrown. See, that's the benefit with me and Running Water. We like a lot of the same things. And I told him, I said, you don't have to worry about barbecue sauce. You don't have to worry about 90% of the things you like because if it gets low, I'll pick it up when I'm at the store. You know, we'll always have some on the shelf because we like the same shit. And I always like to have a spare or 2 up on the shelf. And
Yeah, like how many boxes of smoked oysters we got floating around the place.
oh, I don't get any more right now. Come to think of it, I might have a can of those tonight. but yeah, we the other day I was thinking I'm going to make tacos, so I'm going to make burritos this coming week. But I thought, how are we on our taco sauce? So I started looking. Well, there's 2/3 of a bottle in the fridge. There's a big full bottle up on the shelf. And what did I do? Because I had it on my mind. The next time I went shopping, I grabbed another bottle. And that's just the way it is, Oh, well, that's okay. We love that taco sauce. So, yeah, it don't hurt to have extras. Well, hey, there's somebody I haven't seen in a while. Raven, how you doing there, Russell? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah. Pickles coming out of my ears. That's right. Yeah. Pickles, pickles, pickles. I enjoyed going out to lunch with the kid yesterday. He picked up the tab, so that's better yet. I had a half pound patty melt, and they had the best rye bread yesterday. Oh my God, was it good rye bread? And a big order of fries. I could only eat half of everything and brought the other half home and ate the other half for dinner. Then I ate again my second dinner. See, I eat and I wait about an hour and a half, 2 hours, because that's how long it takes for it to get out of my stomach, And I dive right into filling my stomach back up. That's the way I eat. And I don't count calories anymore, and I stay in that 165-pound range constantly. Hey, Mojo's in the house. Hey. Hello, beautiful people. Compared to who? Compared to who? Wait, we've got some beautiful people and some really gorgeous people, and then you got Sty. But that's why I got all these beautiful people up here. Makes me look good. What the hell? I ain't stupid. Even a pig looks good if you put a 3-piece suit on him. Raven says he's doing good. How about me? In the circumstances there, Raven, today I am doing very well. We'll see how this week goes. I start my second round of chemotherapy tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. I'm optimistic. My first round chemotherapy went like $1 million. I'm hoping this one is just as good. Really, with the whole chemo thing, the only thing I don't like about it is them putting a needle in your chest, because they got a port, putting a needle in your chest and having that tube, and they do your blood tests, the chemotherapy, the everything they stick in me, all goes through that one tube. There's no IVs or anything, just that one needle. And it freaks me out. That's all. It just freaks me out. That's why I say for 3 days, I go into hiding. I don't like having things attached to me. So I just go into hiding for those 3 days and go in on, they do that tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I go in, they remove it. From that point on, I feel free again. I feel good. Yeah. So life is good right now. Life is good. The only thing I'm concerned about is the damn weather forecast for next week sucks. I mean, it really sucks. It's getting cold again. It's going to be below freezing all week. I'm looking real quick. Today is the last fairly good day this week. It's 37 degrees out there right now, which is good. But because of the wind, it only feels like 29 degrees. But tomorrow it's an 80% chance of snow all day. All day. The next day it's a 22% chance. But Wednesday it's 44%. Thursday is 93% chance of snow. So we've got Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're looking at some serious snow. So, yeah, yuck. And I can't snow blow. I got to do that after the stream today. You'd get out there and tarp the snowblower. I've had it untarped with this nice warm weather, but now I'm going to tarp it today. And because if it snows tomorrow, I've got 4.5 hours at the cancer clinic. Going to come home, I'm going to have that pump on, and I ain't going to run that snowblower wearing that pump. Too easy to bang something up and end up with a leak. If there's a leak, it's a whole hazmat thing. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare if it leaks, what I got to go through. And so I won't be able to snow blow until Thursday. Metal music. Oh, hey, the real Robert Rockwell's in the house. Great to see you, Robert. Metal music is saying, snow you can boil in a pot, filter it good, and jar it all in the fridge. We're just talking about my fridge, you know. You ain't putting no water in that fridge. There ain't no room in that fridge for no water. Hey, Adam, great to see ya. I am as well as can be, as I can be. Yeah. I was mentioning earlier, I can't wait for spring, man. Spring and early summer. Oh, I got so much crap I got to get done. And if I get everything on my to-do list done by June, starting in June, I'll be able to jump in my truck, go do whatever the hell I want. I'll go camping for a night or two or whatever. Go visit some places I haven't seen in years. I'm not making plans. They're just on the if possible list. But there's a bunch of waterfalls up on the North Shore of Minnesota, North Shore of Lake Superior, that I haven't seen in 25 years. I'm going to go back. I'm going to visit some of those old spots. Yeah. Little music. Yeah. Yeah, can't wait. Good weather, good weather. I want to be out. I want to be outside. Yesterday, I sat out on my porch for about an hour. It was so nice out. Just had a jean jacket on. Hell, I was wearing my Crocs. It was so comfortable, man. Just kicking back, having a few smokes, drinking a cup of coffee. I had a guy. Yeah, we're far enough into this. I can swear now without YouTube nailing me. But had a guy yesterday while I was sitting on the porch, walking his dog down the sidewalk, and he stops where it turns and comes up to the house. Sidewalk goes all the way across the front of the property. Right where the sidewalk from the house connects to that sidewalk, his dog walks into our sidewalk area and he starts squatting. He's going to take a dump right in my sidewalk. I yelled at him, "Hey, pull your dog the hell out of there. Get him out on the street or something." He's fighting with the dog, and he goes, "I don't think he's going to come. He's got to go." I said, "Then you're picking it up." He said, "I got nothing to pick it up with." I said, "Get that fucking dog off of my sidewalk." He drugged that dog. It was a big, big dog. He drugged that thing out to the street and across the street, and it took a dump on the side of the street there. He comes walking back up, and he goes, "No need for you to get so angry about a dog having to go. Does somebody yell at you when you have to go?" I said, "Here's the scoop, buddy. If I hadn't seen that dog was doing that and he had taken his shit there, and then I walked out to the truck after dark, and I stepped in that dog shit, didn't realize it, walked in my house, walked across all my rugs. Now I got to clean my shoes, I got to shampoo my rugs, and I got to go pick up your dog's shit." I said, "Now that I know that your dog wants to shit my sidewalk, I ever step in dog shit my sidewalk, guess what? I know where you live. You're just down the block a ways here." I said, "I'm coming down to your house because you tie your dog up right in the front yard. I'm going to come down there, drop my drawers, and take a shit on your fucking dog." And he goes, "What?" I said, "I'm going to shit on your dog." And he goes, "So you're going to punish my dog?" I said, "No, I'm going to punish you because you're going to let that dog in the house. He's going to run in the house. He's going to jump up on your fucking couch. He's going to roll on your floor. Now you got to wash the dog like I had to wash my shoes. And you got to shampoo the carpet. But there's a little caveat there. You have to fucking get your upholstery clean on your couch. Fuck you and your dog. If you don't want your dog to get shit on, you make sure he shits somewhere where people don't walk." Okay, and he walks out. He didn't even argue with me. It was like, that crazy old bastard, I think he will. He'll come down there and shit on my dog. Yeah, I will. Damn right.
Yeah, I love when they use that argument of, like anyone get mad at you when you want to go, when you try to go to the bathroom. It's like, well, if I tried shitting on the sidewalk, I'm sure someone would yell at me.
Right. Right. That's like I was standing in the men's room, right? And they got urinals along the wall. I'm standing at one of the urinals. Here comes this guy walking, and he's got a cigarette in his mouth. This was at a rest area, public rest area. Well, you're not supposed to be smoking in there, but he was. He comes in there. He's taking a piss 2 urinals down from me. Here comes this other fella in. He stands next to this guy, but away from me. And he goes, "But sir, you're not supposed to be smoking in here." He said, "Just want to let you know that. You're not supposed to smoke in here." And the guy goes, "Ah, shit." And he takes a cigarette, throws it in the urinal. I'm done. I go over to the sink and wash my hands, and that guy comes walking up. There's only one sink. He comes while he's waiting his turn. And I turned, looked at him, and said, "Hey, before you wash your hands, go get that cigarette butt out of that urinal and throw it in the trash." And he goes, "I'm not reaching in there." I said, "Use paper towels, whatever it takes, get it out of that urinal and throw it in the garbage can." He goes, "Why would I do that?" I said, unless you want somebody like me showing up at your house and pissing in your ashtray, you go get it out of my urinal. I don't piss in your ashtray. Why are you putting your cigarettes out my urinal? He didn't argue with me either. The light came on. Well, I guess so. It is pretty true, though. You know, can you imagine you have somebody over to the house and you got a nice big ashtray on the coffee table and you say, hey, I'll go get us each a beer, and you go in the other room, you grab a couple of beers, you come back, he's standing there taking a piss in your ashtray. What are you doing? Well, you throw cigarette butts in urinals, so I just pissed in your ashtray. What's the difference? You know, true.
Well, we got that one bar in town that's got a sign over the urinal, that warning sign that tells us that the hands that have to clean out this urinal are the same ones that are mixing your drinks. So, anything other than liquid needs to go in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. Oh, that sounds pretty good, Adam.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so yesterday my kid says, hey, I'll take you out to lunch. And I said, well, that's cool. I like that. I said, next time you come and visit, though, let's make plans ahead of time, a day or two ahead of time. And you come over in the morning. He goes, I'm never here. I'm at work in the mornings. I said, well, you'll have to do it on a day off or something. He said, why? I said, because I want to go for breakfast. Fuck lunch. I want to go to breakfast. He hands me a $10 bill and he says, go to breakfast on your own. Son of a bitch.
Jeez. Shit.
Okay. Yeah, I can get, that'll cover part of the tab. Yeah. I've been craving restaurant breakfast, where I don't have pots and pans and shit to clean up, She said, you fucker. No. That son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh, tell you what. I'm looking forward to this late spring, early summer. She said and I are going to get together, and he's going to make me something out over the campfire. Somewhere. We'll figure out where.
That's Mr. Fucker to you.
That's Mr. Fucker to you. Yeah, Mr. Fucker. You got. Yeah.
Goofy.
What the hell game was that? Running Water on PlayStation we were playing that. This some bitch wouldn't take the words I used. I was trying to name something, and I don't know. I was trying to name it Big Bugger or something like that, or Bugger Off. That's the first one I tried. I used those two words, Bugger Off. It wouldn't let me use them. Bugger was considered an inappropriate word.
Oh gosh.
And we started messing around with it. There was all kinds of things it would not let us do. I mean, some of the words were just ridiculous, but Running Water and I discussing it across, we come up with conclusions as to why they classified that. It was pure wokeism. I mean, that's all it was pure wokeism. Oh, you can't call anybody that. You can't call a thing that. I call it whatever the hell I want. I mean, That it makes me think of that. What's that movie? We Were Soldiers. Um, when the sergeant this young fella he's down in the ranks, and his drill sergeant he says, "Well, good morning, sergeant." Sergeant gets right in his face and says, "How the hell do you know what kind of goddamn morning I'm having?" And that's so true, though. That's so true. How often do we say good morning to somebody? We haven't a clue how their morning went. Good morning. My ass, it hasn't been a good morning. What the hell are you talking about? You know, how do, you know something I don't? You don't. Um, oh, oh, hey, yeah. There's former firefighter. Great to see you.
Hello.
And beautiful woman,
Wait, better wait.
Samantha Lee.
Sty, Adam wants, he asked a question in chat. He wants to
Adam?
know what your favorite meal is. Or what would your last meal be, even?
Yeah, he said, first he says, my favorite meal, and then what my last meal would be. Well, my last meal, that's one thing. Okay, guys, this is weird because I researched death row a ton last month. I mean, I literally put days and watched documentaries and Google searched it to shit and back. Your last meal on death row is very overrated. The public goes, oh, they get anything they want. No, they don't. Every single prison system in the United States, you get anything their kitchen has. If they have it in their kitchen, in their inventory, you can request it. But you can't say, I want 10 grilled cheese. No, they won't give you 10 grilled cheese. They'll give you a couple of grilled cheese. You can get a bowl of soup with it. You can get this with it. They give you a reasonable portion of what they have in their kitchen. And one thing they do have in their kitchen, believe it or not, are steaks. So you can order a steak. So what would my last meal be? I don't know if I'd eat. I don't gorge myself when I'm going to go to the doctor and get an IV put in me and they're going to pump shit in me because you could get sick and puke all over yourself. No, I don't want to think about that shit. I think I'll skip it. Skip that last. But what would my favorite meal be? My favorite meal I can't have. Well, I could maybe if I got my hands on some venison steak. But I take venison steaks and I quick sear them in a cast iron pan. I got to have quite a few. I want a breakfast steaks, thinly cut. And I sear them real quick. I put them in a slow cooker with a lot of tomato sauce, with a lot of seasoning, garlic, oregano, blah, blah, blah. And I slow cook it for about 8 hours. And then you ladle all that meat and that tomato sauce out over large egg noodles. And I put a little bit of hot peppers in it. Give it a little bit of a kick with a dollop of sour cream. To frickin' die for. That is my favorite. That's from my days of eating venison every day of the week.
Yeah, for last meal, I want 2 cups of raw, unpopped popcorn.
Oh, you go into the electric. Oh, for when you're cremated? Hey, oh my God. Don't give me any ideas, man. I'll have one of you kids sneak me a bag of popcorn in when I know I'm on my deathbed. This is it, man. It's going to happen any moment. And then I'll ask everybody, can everybody please leave the room for about 20 minutes and just give me 20 minutes of my time? And people would respect that. And I'd be in there trying to swallow all those popcorn kernels I could. because they're going to cremate me. That mortician's going to laugh his ass off, man. He's going to be, yeah. They'll nickname me Jiffy Pop after that. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, wouldn't that be that's a you're rotten, boy. You're dark.
Especially if you're dying of natural, everyone's going to know why you died. So there's not going to be an autopsy to speak of. They're not going to dig
No, there
around
won't
and
be an
find out what you were
autopsy.
eating.
I actually asked that. I said, now, with the cancer at the end stage, if I die at home, is there going to be an autopsy done? They said no, because we know what's killing you.
Right.
They could actually fill out your death certificate and just wait for the date. We just don't know the date. We could put on there. He said it'll be natural causes classified cancer. That's what it'll be. I said, oh shit, there's another thing that could be done in advance. Fill that fucker out. It might be a year, 2, 3, but at least the paperwork's done. All you got to do is sign and date it. That's cool. And so there's no autopsy. He said, why do an autopsy on somebody you know what they died from? He said it's because nobody wants to accept another person's fate, right? So somebody gets hit by a car and they're killed. They do an autopsy on that person. Why? Because the insurance company for that car owner wants to know, was that person impaired? Were they on drugs? Were they drunk or what? So the driver might be protected if that person was impaired. So they do an autopsy. But the fact of the matter is the impairment didn't cause that person's death. The cause of death was getting run over by the car. You don't have to do an autopsy on them to figure that out. I mean, come on. So, yeah, the world has gotten, I got to cover my ass, so let's cut him up. I mean, Jesus Christ.
With no autopsy, they won't catch the popcorn until it's too late.
Oh, yeah. No. And that's why I say 20 minutes, everybody out of the room, I could swallow a lot of it. And then I could die a day later, and that's going to still be in me because I won't be eating at the end anyway. There's no appetite. You don't feel like eating. But for the popcorn, I will eat. Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Yeah. I'm sold on it. It's good to see aquatic nests. That's cool. Yeah. The jail food ain't no fun. No, I mean, well, saying too much. Cheesehead saying, I'll bring you some venison steaks when I come up for breakfast. Now that might be worth it.
Yeah.
That might be worth it. I could probably buy you breakfast for some venison steaks. Yep.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh, Cheesehead, he's funny. He says, and heck with popcorn, put some firecracker up your butt.
Thanks. We're talking about comfort here,
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, an
Good
M80, oh my God, that's damn near a quarter stick of dynamite. That'd be a good one. That old stack, that old chimney off of that crematory, it would be like a nuclear blast coming out of that stack. Big old mushroom cloud out of that. Uh-oh. What are they going to do? Going to arrest me for trying to... He was a terrorist.
Well, what movie was that with the guy eating the black powder?
No, it's a gal.
No, it's the gal, the witch.
Pit and the Pendulum. and she's sitting there
Yes.
chowing down all that black powder because they're going to burn her at the stake. And she's eating all that black powder, and they get up there, and she's just down talking everybody in the crowd. Get a little closer. Look a little closer. She's burning up. Come on, just a little closer. And the crowd's getting right up there, right by her. But she blows up, and they show that one guy who's got a chunk of rib bone shoved through his face. I mean, one guy's got bones stuck in him all over. She blew up and took out half the audience with her. I thought that she was smart. She'd go along with the popcorn gig. Yeah, that was pitting the pendulum. See, I ain't losing my tinker.
Oh.
You know.
Funny.
Yeah. No, that. Oh, I don't know. Guys. Yeah, I made a mistake last night. I went online and I'm watching season 11 of Walking Dead and got bored, started playing PlayStation. And then I realized, oh shit, I usually show myself as offline when I'm on the PlayStation. And the reason I do that is I got tired of getting personal messages. What in the hell are you doing at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning playing PlayStation? What? Can't I? What, you know? Well, you're not getting enough sleep. Well, yeah, I am. Because I get 5 o'clock, I get off a PlayStation, I go to bed, sleep for 4 hours. But I still got 8 hours of sleep in 24 because I had a 4-hour nap the afternoon before. So I'm getting 8 hours of sleep every day, just in 2 parts. And then I play.
Us truckers call that split sleeper berth.
Yeah.
Adam doesn't believe it. He's like, you play PlayStation?
You don't believe me, huh? Ask Running Water.
Yeah. We play PlayStation in tandem. 2 big screens, 2 PS5s in the same room.
Yep. Both of us on our PS5s, sometimes playing the same game. We're not playing together. We're playing separate standalone games. But we're playing the same game. Sometimes we're playing different games. But
2 different playing styles.
I played Fallout 4 this week for the first time on the PS5. Mm-hmm. And I figured, well, it's a PS4 game. It's not specially enhanced or anything for PS5. But oh my God.
The performance.
The performance is better. And the visual quality, it's 60 frames per second. It's the visual quality is so much better. So I got kind of hooked back into Fallout 4 again. So I'm playing through the world again and got quite a ways this week. I don't know, Adam. I don't do any collab multiplayer stuff. Sorry. I know a lot of people, they chew me out. Why don't you? The only time I did any multiplayer was Rocket League with Crazy Ann. And I taught myself, don't do that no more. We're playing that game, and she is so good at it, and I was fresh. I was new. I had never played the game before. So I bought it, jumped on her. We collabed, got a few of us together playing, and this one car kept rear-ending me all the time. She'd sneak up from behind me and slam me. I started calling her. She go, and she would yell something like, "Get out of the way, peg." So I started calling her a peg fucker. And she's laughing so hard. And I go, "Why are you laughing at that? That's nasty," saying that. I find out at the end of the game, it's live streaming. We've got an audience. And I'm calling her some of the nastiest crap in the world. And she's laughing so damn hard because she realized I didn't know we were live. And she would just egg me on to get me to say something outrageous again and again and again. So
That is funny.
even my bestest friends I can't trust on collab. Man,
She's a character on there.
yeah, see? There you go. His dad's 76 and plays PlayStation. You betcha. You know, don't chalk this whole part up
Well,
to
you just look at that one channel, that granny playing Skyrim. She's got so many followers on there. She's just your sweet, like, crocheting granny playing Skyrim, and it's like, well, they look like nice people over there. Oh,
Yeah.
nope, they're not nice. We'll have to kill them.
We'll have to kill some little old lady hacking and
Yeah.
slashing, That's And the thing is that's the doctors told me that they'll do their best to make sure I got the best quality of life towards the end. And I told them, as far as I'm concerned, I'll have quality of life if I can have a monitor right smack in front of me. I got my cordless mouse, my keyboard, I got my PlayStation and my whole studio system hooked up to that monitor. I can lay in a damn hospital bed, and I've got quality of life because I can hang out with you guys, and I can play PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been a few times, other than Samantha and Gemma, second place to them in being a lifesaver for me to get through the shit I went through in this last year. PlayStation. Yep. There's no shit, guys. There's no shit. These girls really pulled me out of a bad ditch. I mean, yeah, I was stuck in that ditch, and they pulled me out. And then that PlayStation, I realized, to me, it's not a good thing for kids to get so absorbed to the point where it's an alternative world for them. They don't experience the real world anymore. But you put somebody in my situation, if I'm going to be isolated and I can't be out doing what I want, give me PlayStation. I can go into a world in PlayStation, and I can F you up, boy. That put me in the PlayStation. I'll kill you. That's the first thing I do is figure out, how do I kill shit? And then I love Minecraft because I can go in there and I can strip mine. I can deforest everything. And there's no limitations. I can do all the things I would never do in real life, Oh, big hugs to you too, Native Kutsa.
Well, I appreciate you having me, Sty. It's been fun. I got to get going, get my day rolling.
You betcha. Yeah, it's still kind of early for you.
Yeah, 12:20.
It's 12. It's what?
12:20.
12:20?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lunchtime.
It's still early, yeah. I got some stuff I got to take care of in town.
You do that. And you take good care of yourself,
Yeah.
sweetie. It was so good seeing you. Thanks for being here for me.
Yeah, much love. Just message me anytime.
Sure.
We'll get together off line
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
All right. Much love, Running Water. Good to see you, buddy.
Yep,
Or
you
you.
too. Take care.
You too. You guys have fun.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah. Yeah, we got another 40 minutes yet. I'm gonna go. Um, the
Yeah, something a lot of people don't consider. When they take and they think of older people playing video games, they don't stop and consider that the retirees right now were young at the peak of the arcade generation.
well, see, that's it. Is I got to see it be created from
Yeah.
square one. I worked for an arcade when I was 17 years old. I was a bouncer, believe it or not. I got to throw guys out that are in their 20s and 30s. but it was an arcade
Mhm.
and pool hall. We had 8 pool tables. We had 20 foosball tables because we had foosball tournaments there. And we had a dozen old pinball machines, and we had 4 of the first video games that came out. In fact, they weren't even out when I started doing that. And they came out while I was there. And boy, the owner of the place jumped on them right away. We got 4 of them, 2 asteroids and 2 Pac-Mans. And boy, did we make money hand over fist. But boy, it was my job tough then because there were fights breaking out. Hey, you ain't butting in the line here, buddy. Because you'd have 10, 15 people lined up for each machine wanting to play them damn things. And got to watch it evolve from that into the consoles, into the eventual consoles, and all the way up until we're PS5. So you're right, Running Water, living through that process, through that era.
Right.
Us old farts now can truly, truly appreciate it.
Right. And yeah, you get those that, those are like in their late 40s up through the 50s and 60s and then the early 70-year-olds. They're right there. They saw the evolution of the games. They saw the peak, and it wasn't just video games, but you had like your D&D and your more in-depth board gaming, tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
That it was a gaming era that they grew up through, and they just carried it on. It was their connection with their kids and pass it on.
And that's the thing is, hey, words and pictures. Yeah, Space Invaders and Asteroids. Wasn't that something? That I had this young fella. This is quite a while back, maybe about a year ago or so. I was in the casino, and we're having a conversation. We're playing slot machines, and we're having a conversation. I didn't know this young guy. He was in his 20s or so, and he's going, "Yeah, you old guys, you just don't know and appreciate how advanced we've gotten, with Xbox and PlayStation." I said, you know what? You can go F yourself. I said, you haven't got a clue about any of this shit. I said, you're reaping the rewards of us that started with Space Invaders and Asteroids,
And Pong.
And Pong. No shit. That was a big deal. Play Pong on the TV. Holy shit, that was a big deal. Remember Duck Hunt.
Yep.
Whole damn family and arguing over who gets to shoot the ducks next. I mean, and the graphics were so crappy, and you really couldn't aim with this shit, You just kept shooting till you hit a duck. But oh my God, were we thrilled, man. That was so freaking advanced. And like you said, the evolution of that as it grew. It, to me, when I hear that there's somebody over the age of 40 that's really into PlayStation or Xbox, I go, not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't surprise me a bit. Yeah. Hey, right back there. Words and pictures. but yeah, it doesn't surprise me a bit. And I couldn't believe it. That's a long story I ain't going to tell right now. getting the first Wii. Oh my God, I went through hell to get that Wii. But we got our Wii. I could not believe, and I still can't believe today, this place I lived in. They call it the Tower here in town. It's 8 stories tall. It's got 84 apartments in it. It's a senior handicap facility. I shouldn't call it a facility. It's just an apartment building. They don't provide any special services or anything. It's just an apartment building. But you got to be 55 years old or handicapped, So it's older people and some handicapped individuals. Well, you can go there. I think it's Thursday nights. You can go there on Thursday night, and they've got literally 4 hours of Wii. They're playing Wii. They're still playing Wii. All these nursing homes and all these elderly places got them damn Wiis. And I talked to someone that works in one of our local nursing homes. They said our mortality rate got so much better once we got the Wii. People weren't dying as fast. She said because it's giving them something to look forward to tomorrow. I get to play Wii again. And it's keeping them physically active. Not real active, but active enough.
Right.
It gave them longevity a lot. She said, yeah, we're not having the turnover of residents, Usually you got 2 or 3 that pass away almost every month. She said now we're getting 1 every month or 2. But every one of them old farts are down there playing the Wii. And the doctors and the psychologists that work with all them old folks are saying, it's the Wii that's keeping them alive. So don't ever look down your nose at an old fart playing PlayStation, right? It's good for you. And if you're playing things that really require you to think, it helps deter any form of dementia, senility. They say it even reduces your risk to Alzheimer's. So
right,
you got to keep the mind active, and if it's doing that, you betcha.
Yeah, because I was watching. They're going over a study that was done when it comes to like dementia and Alzheimer's. Years back they found a connection between people that do a lot of reading versus those that don't. If you're an avid reader, you tend to have less of a dementia risk.
Right.
And then looking at computer activity and games and stuff, and it's just like it's comparable to the reading. As they're keeping their brain active.
And what it really comes right down to is the interactiveness.
Right.
You have to be interactive with that medium. Where watching TV, you don't have to do nothing, just watch. Right. But to read a book, you have to read that book. You have to read that book. You're interactive. You're in it. To play a game, you're interactive. You're in it. Just to computer search and watch YouTube videos and stuff, just that action of having to do those steps to accomplish what you want. It's interactive. It's keeping your mind interactive with everything you do. You don't want people sit in a dark room all damn day. Watch where you're moving your hand when your mouse is right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, where'd Sty go?
New mouse has the side
button.
And I hit it with just barely tapped it with the side of my hand. Bloop! kicked me right out of StreamYard. Well, it didn't kick me out of StreamYard, just kicked me off of the panel. Hey, Dr. Smith, good to see ya. Geez, I'm gonna have chili tonight, and I'm craving mac and tune summer sausage all of a sudden. Son of a bitch. I guess I'll have to eat that for my snack after dinner.
Oh yeah, I'm still full from last night at that safety banquet. We had prime rib dinner.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Num.
and they're kind of nice, thick slab, like 1.5 inch thick slab of prime
Oh,
rib.
yeah.
And horseradish and mashed potatoes with mushroom gravy and all the fixings.
I'm trying to remember the name of that restaurant we used to have here in Ashland. It was down on the East End. And it was, I can't remember what the hell it was called. But the owner, he was one that he said, a McDonald's or a Burger King or someplace like that, it's all about quantity. Sell huge amounts of stuff. He said, and then you take the mom and pop restaurant or the higher end restaurant, it's all about quality, not quantity. He said, so what I decided to do is I'm going to combine the two because both of them are successful business models. So I'm going to combine the two. Well, when you went in there, you had 3 choices for prime rib at that restaurant. You got the queen cut, the king cut, or the full cut. Don't order the full cut, man. It's a fucking roast. I mean, that some bitch is almost 3 inches thick. And it's a huge chunk of prime rib. I mean, it's huge. It's got to weigh 2.5 pounds. And the full prime rib at that time was that dinner came with your choice of potato and a vegetable side and dessert. Everything came with it. Was $12.95. I don't know how he could do it, but he did, and he was making money hand over fist. But that was everything he did. You ordered his chicken wings. You get the drummies and the wings, They're usually those little drummies and wings, I don't know where he's getting these, but they're like halfway between them little drummies that you get with the hot wings and a full drumstick. It's like halfway between that. They're big. They're really big. And you got this to-go container. They'd have to tape it shut because there was so much in it. In one order of those wings was $6.95. And not only was it a lot of food you got, the quality of it was awesome. And it was reasonably priced that you couldn't pass it up. They ended up getting shut down because a couple of competing restaurants in town kept filing false health claims against the restaurant. So the state would send in health inspectors, and those health inspectors were literally digging for anything they could find. And this guy went through 18 months of being inspected anywhere from 2 to 6 times per month. And they were finding him every single visit. If they found one little spot on the floor of grease, write them up, and they'd say unsafe working condition, unsafe health condition, and they'd fine them $500 or $1,000. And they did it constantly. I think at the end of the day, it was $185,000 he got in fines, and not one of them were a major health risk, not one of them. They just put him out of business is what they did. They intentionally put him out of business. And I felt so bad for the guy. The ex-wife and I went in there for dinner one night, and we're going to have to, there was a prime rib night. So, yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. No. It was barbecue rib night. And you get this platter. I'm telling you, that platter's got to be about 14 inches across. It's huge. And it's heaped full of barbecue ribs. Heaped full. And dirt cheap. $12.95 with all the sides, everything. We went in there and ordered the ribs. He come out of the kitchen, come right up to the table. And that's one thing too, is he come out and talk to the customers. Always. Every time we were there, he'd come right out and talk to us. He came out to us. He says, I see you just sat down, just placed your order. I said, yeah, can't wait. Having the ribs. And he said, oh man, he says, enjoy them while you can. And I said, what do you mean while you can? You going to take them off the menu or what? Don't be doing that. He goes, no, we're shutting down the restaurant. I said, you got to be kidding me. He goes, no, we have to. He says, I can't afford the fines anymore. It's just gotten to that point. I can't keep the place open. And I said, well, when are you closing it? He says, tomorrow. He said, this is the last night. And he says, and by the way, he said, make sure to take a look at your bill when you get it after your meal. And he went back to the kitchen. When the waitress brought us the receipt, paid in full. Found out he paid for every customer's meal that last day. Not a single customer paid a penny for their food that day. He said that he'd rather give that food away to his loyal customers than pay the state any more fines. He said that was worth paying for. He says paying them the fines was just wrong. And he's right. He was so right. But they put an awesome little restaurant right out of business. And it was such a good old-fashioned hometown, greasy spoon kind of restaurant. You walk in, and they had square tables. No booths in the place, just square tables. The whole room's full of square tables. Every one of them's got the red and white checkered tablecloth on them. It's got the old school napkin holders. And you walked in and you felt like you're walking into the 1960s, you know. It was so down home. And it was attached to a bar. He didn't own the bar, but him and the bar owner came to an agreement, and they had punched out an archway from the restaurant to the bar. So you could hear the music in the bar, and you could walk over there, have a drink. If the place was packed, go over and sit in the bar and watch for the table to open up in there. It worked for both him and the bar. The bar owner was thrilled because a lot of those customers come in there and eat a big meal, and then they go over to the bar. Or they be at the bar and they drink a ton, and then they go, and we don't have to drive to a restaurant, we just walk over there. So it worked good for both of them, but then they closed down the restaurant. And within a year, the bar shut down too, because they were so interdependent on each other for their customers. It's a shame. It was a shame.
Yeah, and yeah, we've got so many of those, old legacy restaurants in town that, if they were to be inspected, honestly inspected, they'd be completely shut down. They're just, there's certain places I won't go.
Well, see,
just because.
Yeah, and the thing is that just goes to show that if you become targeted, it's just not treated across the board. If they were doing it because they really gave a shit about the health and safety, it's like you're saying, I can think of 3 places that we have in our community that, yeah, they should have gone the way of the dodo way before that place ever did. And what I really liked about this restaurant was the big, huge, open front kitchen. You sit out there at the table and you can see all the staff in the kitchen. You can see their grill tops, their stove tops. You can see everything in the kitchen. You can stand up.
It's like watching Hell's Kitchen. You know, you get to see
Right.
the cooks and the sous chefs and everything
Right.
going about
You
it.
see everything that's going on with the food. His big walk-in cooler, his big fridges, all right there. You can see him going in and out of those, and bringing the food out and preparing it. And you can see he made everybody that worked in the kitchen, they wore all white, including their apron. I mean, they're just solid white. And they're going through gloves like 1,000,000 pairs an hour. And that's before they started those inspections. He said, I did that for customer confidence, for customer confidence. It makes them feel more confident. They can walk into a place that's old school, but yet they see the kitchen staff are new school. Yeah, I want to eat here. You bet.
We got plenty of places where, the kitchen's back behind a solid door. You can't see in there.
You can't see nothing, right?
And you get a glance in there, and it's like,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, that don't look good.
It's like, the waitresses look nice and clean, but those cooks in there look like they just got done working on their pickup.
Yeah, Yep, no kidding. That's why when I had the pizza joint back in the 70s, our pizza place was that way. Had big front counter, all of the drink services and some of the foodstuffs we sold were right there, plain as day, right there, just behind that counter, along like a back bar type of affair. 2 big walkways going into the kitchen. Big, huge window, big service window. You could stand there and watch us make your pizza, all the way from rolling out the dough to getting it in the oven, taking it out. The only thing you wouldn't see is us cutting it because it's just below the windowsill of that big window. You wouldn't see us cutting it, but you would if you stepped off to the side, looked through the doorway, you could see them. But we didn't have nothing to hide. And we had a side room that I always kept the door wide open because you could stand out there and you could see into that side room. And that's where we prepared all the dough, the sauce, ground all the meat, the cheeses. And you could just a glance in there, it's just spotless. We didn't have nothing to hide. But them damn health inspectors tried that shit on us. And we fixed their ass. Yeah. We got an actual professional cleaning outfit come in there. Steam to all the foodstuffs all got locked up, protected. They came in and steam cleaned that whole kitchen. You couldn't find a speck of dust in that freaking kitchen or that side prep room. And all the fridges, everything had been removed from them. They all got sanitized, all cleaned and sanitized. And we put everything back in its place, everything. Then the inspectors came in. They couldn't find anything. They couldn't find a single thing. They were pissed. And that inspector was honest with me. I was told to find something. I said, oh, really? I'm glad you said that in front of 2 of my staff, because they'll be witnesses if we end up in court with you guys. that you were directed to find something. You're supposed to come in here with an open mind, no prejudgments. But he said, yeah, they wanted me to find something, but I couldn't, so they're just going to have to live with it. And it was just a few days later, here comes another inspector, and he said that we had garbage from the prior day inside the building. No, we didn't. I had a mad rush at opening, and we had a garbage container that was 3/4 full already. And that's because that mad rush equaled almost half a day's worth of customers. And yeah, but he wrote us up for that anyway, that we were keeping garbage in the building too long. And even back then, different state, different town, blah, blah, blah. I said the same thing that Running Water's talking about. I said, I can take you to a few restaurants in town here, around town, in our local area, that if you wrote me up for that garbage, their whole fucking kitchen is that garbage can. What are you going to write them up for? I can show you restaurants where their whole kitchen, everywhere you look, every cooler you look in, every freezer you look in, everywhere you look, you'll find unhealthy food. You'll find food that isn't properly kept at a proper temp. It's not properly containerized, So go ahead, write me up. But if push comes to shove, we go into court, I'm going to insist that those restaurants go under the same scrutiny. And they finally backed off. Because they knew I wasn't going to go after those that were trying to use them to affect our restaurant. I was going to go right after them, after their agency. Fuck you. I don't care who's sicking you on us. What I care about is what you're doing, that you're doing their bidding, That's all I care about. Well, that's when they decided to back off. Oh, shit, this guy's willing to go to court on this stuff, Uh-huh. Yeah, those were back in the days when to videotape something took a recorder that weighed about 35 pounds.
Yeah.
And I had a local guy. We took a Polaroid snapshot of him with his big old camera gear and shit. And I showed the inspectors that too. I said, if you're not done, then I'm calling him up. He said he'll drop and come right over. And he's going to film the rest of your inspection. He's going to film the restaurant. We'll get everything in detail. And then we'll see you in court. No need for that. Yeah, all of a sudden, they're willing to cooperate with me instead of demanding that I cooperate with them. Yeah, Native Kutsu, you're so right. Mom and pop. See, that's the thing is, that's the way I am. I can go into a mom and pop shop, which were typically titled a greasy spoon. I can go in a mom and pop shop, order a cup of coffee. They bring me a cup of coffee. I take a look at the cup and the saucer, if it's sitting in a saucer. Then I look at the silverware. Then I look at the menu. I just glance around the place. A lot of mom and pop shop type restaurants seem kind of in disarray, They got a lot of stuff all over the place. And you just look around and you go, does it look as good as the kitchen I would cook in, that I would eat from? Yeah. I'll eat here. Because you can be messy and collect a ton of shit, and it can look in disarray, but it's still clean, you know. And that's what I'm looking for, is somebody that makes good old mom and pop homemade shit in their restaurant. Their restaurant don't have to be perfect. It just has to be suitable for eating in, you know. That's when I was a landlord, my tenants, they just loved that. I told them, because I inspected every home that I had a tenant in once a year minimum. I come in and inspect their homes. I never had tenants turn me away. Come on in, come on in. Can we get you a cup of coffee? I always accepted a cup of coffee. Boy, when I was doing inspections, sometimes 6 or 7 in a day, it's a lot of coffee you end up drinking. But I'd say, yeah, sure, get me a cup of coffee. And you knew if they passed their inspection because the coffee cup was empty when I left. If the coffee cup hadn't been touched, guess what? They didn't pass their inspection. They're going to get a letter about things they got to improve on their home. When I go into a home, I ask myself 3 questions. First one is, would I eat here? Would I eat in this house? Second was, would I sleep in this house? Third was, would I live in this house? And if I could answer those 3 questions, you're pretty well good to go. Pretty well good to go. You might have a couple little things that could use some attention, but you ain't going to get in trouble at all. And my tenants realize that. They just, when I'd come for inspection, is come on in. We'll get you a cup of coffee. Okay. There were some houses I could go in. I never got any farther than their dining room table. I didn't go through the house and inspect the house. I sit and have coffee and BS with them for a half an hour because I could tell the minute I walked in the door, the place smells good. Everything is pristine. I mean, it looks, they're such good housekeepers. It's just, you can tell the whole aura of the place was, yeah, they keep a top-notch place. I don't have to go nose around in their bedrooms and their bathrooms and all that shit. Because if I find a room that's stinky and messy and nasty, it's probably their teenage son's room, you know, because the rest of the house is immaculate. I don't need to do that to people, you know. I had teenagers. I know how it is, you know. And to me, it's the same way with restaurants, you know. I walk in and I go, yeah, I can do this. It ain't perfect, but I'm not afraid of the food. I'm not afraid of any health risks here. I'll eat here, you know, especially if they're making good old mom and pop stuff. That's like back in Spring Park there, Running Water, the old log cabin cafe.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. Donnie Dill managed to get the original owner of the log cabin, got her to teach him how to make those cinnamon rolls the way she always made them. And that was the best thing he gleaned from her, because you go in there every morning, that place was packed, and it was rare that you'd find a table that didn't have somebody having a cinnamon roll. Hey, Scum TV. Hello. I miss old restaurants like that. I miss them. That was my favorite restaurant, I think, in my whole life, was the old log cabin restaurant. Every Saturday morning, all of us young men, Saturday morning, got to show up to the log cabin. There was one big long table that would seat 12 people. Nobody sat at that table except the regulars, the guys. It was all guys. The regulars sat there. And in fact, if a customer came in and sat at that table, the waitress would ask them, could you please take that table over there or that booth? This table is kind of reserved for the local construction guys, blue collar workers and shit. People didn't bitch. Once in a while, they get one of the city folk. We go, wow, wow, wow. Well, what do you need to sit at a 12-person table for if there's only two of you? You don't need to do that. Well, we would all pile in there Saturday morning for cinnamon rolls and to watch cartoons. They have the TV cranked up. We're watching Roadrunner and all the good old cartoons. And everybody in the place knew, don't disrupt us watching cartoons. You can laugh and carry on that way, but you don't get between that table and those cartoons. And that was the thing too, is old Donnie Dill, that guy, you folks would have had to have seen this boy. He was very short, 5 foot, I think it was 5'1". And he was as big around as he was tall. I'm not kidding. And what did he do? He didn't just have a restaurant. He had a heating company, furnaces. He did furnaces. And I watched him. They're putting all of the vent work in a new house. And they go downstairs, they'd hang that vent work, and there'd be floor vents he's putting in. Well, he was so big around, getting up and down off that floor to put these floor vents in was a real bummer. He rolled around the room. He never stood up. He'd roll around the room to each vent, installing vents. Yeah. Yeah. The good old days. Yeah. Oh man, I'd kill for one of those cinnamon rolls. No, you got me going, Running Water. Yeah. One of them big old, and he'd make, I can't remember how many trays he made at it every day. They were all sold out by 11 o'clock in the morning. Gone. If you got in there after 10 o'clock, you might get a cinnamon roll. But after 11 o'clock, no way. There's none left. They're gone. And hundreds of cinnamon rolls per day.
Yeah, I remember the cinnamon rolls down there and the powdered donuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, the owner, Donnie Dill, I shouldn't even go there, but his daughter and I, we grew up together, and she was my childhood sweetie for a long time. Yeah. I should have stuck with her. That restaurant, she inherited the restaurant. That restaurant made a lot of money, and what really made the family the money was her and her brother, was when they sold the restaurant. They wanted to build condos there, and they were holding out. They owned the restaurant and the laundromat, and there was a grocery store, a little family mom and pop grocery store between them. Well, the grocery store, they wanted to sell out, so they sold out to this development company so they could build high-rises, condos in there. Well, the Dill family said, we're not selling the restaurant or the laundromat. They said, not separately. You can buy them together. They got $1.5 million for those two little lots. 2 little lots. They were not even a fourth of a block, each one of them. But it gave that company that whole stretch, and they could build a big building on. And yeah, they walked away with over $1 million on the deal. So yeah, I never would have thought that Denise would end up being a cash cow, you know. I should have stuck with her. Yeah. Hey, Fleming, I just noticed. Hello, good to see you. Filming no, I hate to do it, guys, but we're gonna have to. Well, no, wait a minute. We got 20 people in the house. Let's keep this going for another half hour. I don't want to chase people out. We got 20 folks in the house. We'll keep going for a little while. Too much powdered coffee drink. Is that what did it do you, Dr. Smith? Filming, I think you're aware, just to throw it out, I just don't want people to be unaware, but I've been diagnosed with stage 4 terminal cancer. They give me 6 months to 2 years. I'm shooting for the 2 years. I'm already 2 months into the first 6, so since the diagnosis, so I think I'll make the 2 years. Check your Facebook. Oh, wait a minute. Let me. If I missed you, I'm gonna be mad at myself. I sent the links out, and I always want to have her in there. There she is. Do it. There. You got it, girl. No, that's last week's link that was on there. Okay. Your sugar's out of control. Watch them sugars, man. Watch them sugars. Hike with Mike's in the house. He come in a little while back. I noticed him, and I'm mad at myself for not. He's sitting by the campfire in the swamp right now. Good medicine. Oh, you betcha. Oh man, I wish I was there with you. There she is.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I wanted to see if there was a link. There wasn't a link. I was just hanging out. I was doing stuff anyway.
Pissed at myself because you're right in my list. I don't know how I missed you. I am so sorry. That won't happen.
I was busy doing stuff anyways.
There's certain.
I've been watching Running Water.
Hello.
It's beautiful out there, man. Where are you?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
It's long and flat. It's best to drive at night across Nebraska because then you can't see what you're not missing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're gonna at least pretend there might be something cool out there to see.
It's like driving through South Wyoming or something. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's like the trip out to Northwest Montana. Going from the Dakotas across Montana. It's just like, well, that's a big chunk of my life that's gone. I mean, because there's nothing worth seeing all the way. Hours and hours.
You get that little bit of false hope when you get by Casper and you can see the Grand Tetons and Yellowstone, and then it goes away for another 12 hours until you get up past Billings. Yeah.
Hey, look who we got in the house, Bill.
Oh my gosh,
Definitely.
Phil. Holy cow.
God, it's good to see you, brother.
Dang.
You, man. I'm down here
Awesome.
burning
Haven't
right
seen you
now, but
forever.
I'll be all right.
Were you doing
I know
some
I've shadowed
shorts
Dad
with
a
some
couple
peppers?
times.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know Luther the Great, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sent me some dried Carolina Reapers,
Oh no.
some yellow ghost powder,
Oh.
and 4 bottles of tincture.
Oh, jeez.
So I stuck all that on one pocky
Spicy
chip and ate
dude.
it.
You put it on one pocky chip?
I have to get my other phone so I can see the chat. Or no, I'll
Well,
just turn it up here.
I tell you what, one thing you don't have to worry about, Phil, is going crazy because you're already there.
I'm already there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go to some place you already are, you know. That's if someone were to tell me I think Phil's losing it, I go, how long did it take you to figure that shit
Exactly, right? You're just not figuring that shit out.
out? Yeah, yeah. You won't
I always
believe what
think
he
people
did.
think that at work. So I'm sitting in the
Yeah.
parking lot talking on my phone and feeding my phone and stuff. Talking to myself and laughing.
What the hell is she doing out there all the time? Yeah.
So what state are we in there? Running water?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah. Long, boring Nebraska.
A lot of straight roads. You get to point A to point B pretty good.
Yeah. I had a roadie for rock band once told me, driving around the country is great. He's like, but it takes a long time to get across Nebraska. He's like, the miles are longer in Nebraska than anywhere else.
Well, at least you're going as the crow flies. You're not going through mountains and hills and
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's like 3 hours as a crow flies. Well, that's how far it is then in Nebraska.
Yeah, and the thing, I used to like Nebraska when I drove over the road because they're good, true, clean miles. You knew exactly how many miles you were traveling across the state because you weren't running around and swerving all over that damn place. Any other state, the amount of miles you drive through Nebraska, you can add another 20-25% to that if you're in a different state because you're weaving around and going all over Nebraska. No, point A to point B. Yeah.
Well, see, that's a problem we run into and have to explain to our dispatchers who are in the middle of Nebraska, and tell them, 400 miles across Nebraska isn't the same as 400 miles down I-95 through New York and Jersey and stuff. It's different kinds of miles.
It's not.
Exactly. Run it. When I ran the East Coast, they go, wow, we can't believe how many miles you got. I said, I drove 18 miles, and as the crow flies, it was 7 miles.
Yeah.
But it took 18 miles to get there. I mean, get real. This ain't out west. I mean, get real. Some of those states, shit. Yeah, a couple hundred miles across the whole state, but you're going to drive 350. It's just the way it is.
I think you've been through my area. Have you been through my area? Oregon.
I have.
Northeast Oregon. Yeah. Cabbage Hill.
Yeah. You like you're standing still there.
Running water?
Yeah. Often we get up there like southern Idaho or into Oregon. We end up having to run all the way over to Portland, go across the river and come back to Carson, Washington to pick up a load back out there on that little 2-lane, was it Washington 14, I think, that follows the river on the north side.
Mm-hmm.
It's just narrow, little windy, going through all those little tunnels.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be bad. That'd be scary in a semi.
Those trucks, we're just flying through. It's the cars. Well, what's scary is the cars, they're going so slow because they're like, oh, it's so pretty, get a picture. We're just trying to get out of there, get back on the south side of the river where we can go 65. You know,
Oh my gosh, really? You always gotta get in here, don't you? Wanna say hi? Yeah.
Hey, Bennett.
He's a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll never grow up. Yeah. So, Phil, how have you
Yes.
been, buddy?
Oh, dude, just it's a lot of work, and just I'm getting in all the hours I can at work, and then kind of come home and come down here and producing those shorts and whatnot. Just try to do something every night. I'm usually good for 6 nights out of 7 of doing something down here that I can post. So growing the channel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, now's the time to do it. Pound it, pound it, pound it. Because if you want your channel to grow, now's the time to do it. I tell you what, Congress, if they take Section 280 away from the platforms, our shit isn't going to get shared out like it is now. We'll have to depend on our viewers to push that out to their friends, because YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, all them, they can't make those recommendations if they lose Section 230, because if they make a recommendation and something goes bad, they're liable. So they get rid of Section 230. We understand why they shouldn't be Section 230, but I also understand the negative impact it's going to have on us creators.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks. So if a person wants to grow their channel, now's the time to be doing it.
Yeah, on the YouTube Shorts, they seem to share them out for a short period of time, and then if it picks up traction, then it just keeps going. And if it doesn't pick up any traction,
then it goes dead.
Then it just kind of levels off. I mean, all my videos still seem to go up slightly, not like my regular YouTube videos. It seems like once people were done viewing it, it was done. No more views, no nothing on them.
It goes stagnant.
Yeah.
And
these at least seem to keep climbing, month after month. They just started paying on these things in February.
Yeah.
So, but no, I got that. I got one that I did that for 2-3 weeks was stagnant, and then about a week ago it went, and I don't know why.
Just took off.
Just straight up. So
yeah, I went down the rabbit hole and then passed it on to someone else, and snowballs.
I was kind of pleasantly surprised, but I was surprised that they went ahead and monetized shorts. I was glad to see they did. I mean, but I didn't think they were gonna. Because
people get paid on TikTok. So if they're not going to get paid on doing it, some of them weren't bringing the material over. And it was good for subscribers.
Right. But and a lot of the argument is because there wasn't enough airtime for ads to be effective. But if they use short enough ads, the volume of ad exposure is so much higher. Mm-hmm. So finally their light came on and they realized, wow, that's a market piece we got to grab a hold of. And
they just got to do what TikTok's doing, right? TikTok's obviously advertising on those shorts. I mean, now TikTok's, you can do a 10-minute long TikTok now, but people see that just like they used to do the YouTube videos, man. They see, you do a hot sauce review and it's 10 minutes long. They're like, oh, I'll skip by that. I'm not gonna watch that, right? So
Dr. Smith.
I know people get a lot of subs from those shorts though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The exposure is really good.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine, he was referring to buddy of mine was referring to the shorts on YouTube as, the money shot clips. That is like, we're just going to show you the good part right here, and then if they want more, they can always come to the channel, and see the whole video.
Well,
It's an appetizer.
well, and I stay on top of things with StreamYard too. Now they have that feature. You can go in and you can cut out shorts out of your live streams or out of any video work that you're doing through StreamYard. You can go in there and you can do that cutting in there. And they're trying to make it more convenient for a person to snatch shorts out of other longer videos, out of a lot of their old video work, and if I had the longevity, I'd give a shit and I'd do it.
I know some people that do it all the time.
I just not going to have the time to develop a shorts strategy for my channel, and my channel performs the way it does. I'm not in it to make a buck, so I don't care. And I do have some long videos that constantly grow. I mean, I'm getting views constantly. They've been consistent I've got one up that's been there for 4 years, and I'm getting anywhere from 100 to 300 views a month on it.
Are you still separating your stories into separate videos?
I'm still working on that.
Still working.
That's going to be
Thinking about that.
But when I get it done, I'm going to create a playlist, and it'll be just Sty stories, and it'll be volumes of them, where you can just click on it. You don't have to watch a live stream to catch it or anything. They'll just all be there. Every Sty story will be in one playlist, and it'll be compressed. They're all 15 minutes each one of them. 15 minutes or less.
That'll be cool.
Hey, Mary Jones.
What's up, Mary?
See you, Mary. Yeah. Yeah, good old YouTube. That's like I was telling everybody earlier today. I got the old GoPros out, getting them all set, ready to go for spring. Because I ain't doing shit till spring. They got me doing this chemo thing every 2 weeks, and that kind of shoots about 4 days of that week are shot to hell. But the rest of the time, I feel pretty damn good. But even if I didn't have this to deal with, I wouldn't feel good about being on that crap. I was loving it last week, man. We hit over 40 degrees a couple of days, stayed above freezing for the whole week. It turned everything. It was like I told running water from our front door out to the sidewalk at the street. And that's pretty far. That's got to be 40 feet or more out to the street. I could put a pair of skates on and skate all the way to the street. And skate like you're on a professional skating rink. That's how clear that ice is. It's just a sheet of pure, sparkling clear ice. Same with the sidewalk going along the street. It's just nobody's walking. You'll land on your ass. I got home from the store yesterday, and my kid was watching me walk into the house, and I got bags of groceries in both hands, and I was all over the damn place. I get to the porch, and I got up on the porch, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I would come so close to breaking my ass there. And I turn around, and he's outside. He got out of his pickup truck, and he yells at me, and he goes, hey, you might be dying, but at least you can still dance. Hey, you fuck you. Yo, kid, you little bastard. Get your truck and go home, I told him.
Yeah, we had one of our guys hit the deck on Thursday, walking outside the door, walking in between two cars, and whoop, boom.
Oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ouch.
I got that fear of falling after hurting my ribs twice.
Yes, you fell down enough times. Hey, Kathy.
What's up, Kathy?
Lori.
Yeah. I take short steps out there in the parking lot there at work because being big and my age, not that my age is old to Sty, you would probably call me a young man, but being my age and as big as I am, when I hit the ground, it's hard getting back up.
No shit. No shit. I've had 2 fall downs out here this year where it's like, okay, what can I crawl to climb up? Because I ain't standing back up. Well, shit, I gotta have something to grab and get up. I don't like using my hiking stick just to wander around the yard or go into the store or some shit. But I'm starting to carry it with, so I got something to use to get myself up off that damn ground. And it hurts more now too.
I need my hiking stick, you know.
I know you do. I got
And my stickers.
I've got
I need some more stickers for my cup, you know.
yeah.
Got Sugars and Benny Locos and Woody.
Yeah, you need a half naked man on there.
I gotta
Naked
get you
man
your
on there.
Steiner. Gotta get you your Sty
Got
North sticker.
Tammy is coming. Need some more stickers.
I gotta get
I got 3 more cups I can use too.
I got to get to my hiking sticks. There's a few folks out there that I want to get hiking sticks to, and I typed up instructions on how to adjust the stick to your hiking.
What are you saying?
Well, all my sticks are long. They're too long. So some guys' sticks are longer than others.
Some guys' sticks are longer than others. Ooh.
Yeah. So I
want to measure.
On how to measure.
Let me check that out. I don't believe you.
How to measure your stick so that you can cut it off at the right height.
No cutting it off. You just adjust it.
Oh, come on. Bob it.
Yeah.
If it's
But
too big,
now,
you just
see,
hold
you
lower on the stick.
Yeah. Well, and you can adjust how long the stick is, but you can't adjust how thick it is. Yeah.
See you, Lori. Hey, Eric. It's been a while. Good to see you.
Ooh. I got this Lifeline now. All this equipment and crap are getting me way the hell out. They're so far ahead of the game. I told them I don't need that shit yet, but they get me this Lifeline, so I'm supposed to wear this thing around the house all the time. Just push the button, and you've seen the TV commercials. I've fallen down and can't get up. I was out there clearing the snow off my truck. Now my truck has been parked since Christmas time, and we've had 3 snowstorms since then. It had 3 feet of snow on top of it, and it got over 40 degrees, and it all got wet and heavy. It was bad. So I'm out there with a shovel, and I get it into the snow on the hood of the truck, and it all slid off. The whole work slid off, and the pile that came off the hood was above the front bumper and halfway up the grill. That's how much snow was just on the hood. I'll get it off that roof, right? So I walk around to the one side. I'm glad I went to the one side of the truck because it's parked next to Running Water's car. I went to the opposite side where there's no vehicle on the side, stuck the shovel into that big pile of snow on top of that roof, and I realized it was sliding. The heat had a little layer of water under that big pile of snow. So I pulled it towards me. That was not the thing to do. That whole freaking thing. And I swear to God, that had to weigh 400 pounds. It come off that roof so damn fast, it hammered my ass into the snowbank beside the truck. All that was sticking out were my 2 arms, my feet, and my head. And I was buried under about a foot of snow. And I'm thinking, okay, I could hit that Lifeline thing, get somebody to come shovel my ass out of this snowbank.
but I can't even reach it. This is much snow. So I fight. I spent about
Still love it.
10 minutes fighting my way out of that snow, and then my truck's got the lift up handles on it, so there's nothing to grab onto on the damn truck. I had to crawl on the snow around to the front grill so I can get my fingers to the front grill and get myself up out of that shit.
Jeez.
But when they got me this lifeline, there's a feature. They said, "Oh, this is a really good feature. It's a fall down alert." They said if you fall down, it'll sense that you fell, and it'll dial up
Oh yeah.
lifeline.
Yeah.
They said, so it's really good because if you fall and let's say you're unconscious, it'll dial up lifeline. I said, I can't have that. I can't have that. And the gal's right here in my studio because it's set up right over here. And she says, but it's such a good feature. I said, I'll show you why I can't have it. But I showed her the whole clip, not just the short clip, but I showed her this, and she laughed her ass off.
Oh, fucking son of a bitch!
I remember that one. I remember that one.
I told her, and so she watched all of them when I had the piece of shaga and the tree broke and I fell, and when I sat in the chair and it fell, and when I fell at the waterfall. She watched all of them, and she's laughing. She goes, "I'm sorry about laughing," and I said, "No, go ahead and laugh. You know, I laugh at it. Why shouldn't you?" And she said, "How often does that happen?" I go, "Weekly." I said, "So I can't have a fall down option on this because that son of a bitch will be going off at least once a week, and I'll be having to tell 911, don't send an ambulance, don't send it." Yeah, no. I said, it's not even worth having that feature. I said, if I ever get housebound where I'm stuck in the house, I'll never be outdoors again a day in my life, then we can activate that. But I said, as long as I can get out the door, I don't want that because I know I'm going to fall down. And she said the one where, "Oh, son of a bitch." She goes, "Boy, you felt pretty good there, didn't you?" I go, "Oh, I know how to fall. I know how to fall without getting hurt." I said, "I've got that one figured out. When you fall down all the time, you got to learn how to fall." And I said, "I know how to tuck and roll."
Oh my God. Well, after that diabetic incident, I'm glad you got that.
That's it. Is my primary doctor. She was just thrilled. She said the only reason she felt I needed it was because of that. She said, in fact, what they've done for me now is I take 18 units of Humulin and insulin twice a day. I wanted to jack that up because my blood sugars run between 100 and 450. I'll have 400s a couple times a week. She said, if you don't exceed 500, if we can keep you below 500 and as low as 100, leave it alone. I go, but those are so high. She goes, do you feel it? Are you feeling it? I said, no, my body's kind of gotten used to those highs, you know. And she goes, leave it alone. I'd rather have you on the high side because that isn't going to kill you in the amount of time you've got left. But those lows will kill you in no time.
Wow.
She said, you cannot have another crash like you did. You got to watch your lows. You got to make sure. I've had a few where it got down to 60. One time it got down to 47. But I keep running water, bought a bunch of glucose packs. So I got them all over the place. I can find them everywhere.
He takes good care of you.
He tries. He does a pretty good job for being away. You know, he does.
Yeah. On one hand, I try to help him out. The other hand, I'm a bad influence. You know, especially when it comes to like video games. And
Yes.
You know,
That's the way to be.
new toys, new tech. You know,
Yeah.
Mm.
Plain old Chuck says, I'm good at falling. Getting up is the problem. Yeah. Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
I've jumped off the roof in the snow after shoveling the snow. Yeah, man, I'll fall in the snow like up to my waist, and I think I'm stuck and I can't get out. Oh my gosh, it takes me a while to get out. Look all the way up to my waist when I jump in. It's like, oh shit, I think I'm stuck.
God,
I usually have my phone with me though.
I think of that years and years ago. How many times as kids we always jumped off the roof of the house. Oh, drive my mother nuts. You damn kids, you're gonna hurt yourselves. Oh no, Ma, it's fine. Yeah, our Boy Scout troop, we stayed in this old cabin out on this island in the middle of the winter, and you had to hike all the way out there. Got out there. We get to the cabin, and the roof is just covered in snow because it's not heated. It just built snow, just built up on it. Well, once we got the fireplace going and got the cabin warm, that snow sliding off the roof. Well, it's coming down. Our scoutmaster said, I don't want any of you boys anywhere on either side of this cabin till all that snow comes down. And it was a ton. When it came down, it was almost to the eave, right? So we figured it out. We could get on top of that snow and get on the roof. We're climbing.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's how I do it.
And the problem was it had an old steel roof on it. And it was slippery. And you get up on the peak and you'd slide down that like a slide and boom, off into the deep snow. Well, one of the boys got off to the edge and slid down, and he's laying down there and he's screaming and he's holding his butt. And he's screaming and screaming.
Feel better. Feel better, Phil.
We come down and yeah, Phil, you betcha. Yeah, he's been eating peppers, so that's. But when we got down off that roof, we went and checked that kid out. Sent one of the boys, go get the scoutmaster quick. We had to haul him out on a toboggan to get to the rigs, and then they laid him down in the back of this guy's Jeep Cherokee, and he hauled him off to the doctor. Well, the kid didn't come back. Here there was a piece of that steel roof sticking up. And the kid slid down and right on his right butt cheek hit that piece of steel, just like a knife sticking up. And it slid his butt cheek wide open.
Oh my God.
He ended up with 14 stitches.
Oh, jeez.
In the butt. And the scoutmaster said the kid was saying, but I want to go back out. And he said, we kept telling him, first of all, we'd have to use the sled to haul you out there because you ain't walking that with that sore butt. And you won't be able to sit down. No, you're not coming in. So they wouldn't let him come back out. But after that, we called him Double Crack for a while. Yeah. Everybody called him Double Crack. Hey, Double Crack. Yeah, why do you call him that? Well, he's got 2 cracks in his ass. Yeah, one of them sewed shut. He was born. We were telling. That's what really pissed him off. We're telling all the girls that, yeah, he was born with 2 cracks in his ass, and they had to stitch one shut.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those were the days. We were terrible. We were terrible. Yeah, I just got to watch the time. I can go to as late as 5 o'clock night. I'm gonna have to go fix my chili and eat. I had a light breakfast today, so I'll make up for it tonight.
Well, don't push it.
4.5 hours at the cancer center tomorrow, so I want to try to get some sleep tonight. That's
Oh,
one thing.
good.
I don't have to worry about eating tomorrow because I get to the cancer center. Oh, them girls I don't know what I think they're treating me special or something. But boy, once the gal at the front desk checks me in, it isn't 2-3 minutes, and there's one of the nurses there with my coffee, made just the way I like it.
Aw.
Here's your coffee, Sty, and the snack basket. We're going to put it in your infusion room for when you get in there, so you don't have to wait for it. Okay. And I go into the little assign me to one of the infusion rooms. I walk in. There'll be the snack basket on the armrest and the remote control, and the TV's already on the Food Network. I mean, yeah. They baby the shit out of me there. They just, yeah, so good. They're so good.
That's cool.
That last visit with this port that they put in my chest, that thing freaks me out. It just freaks me out. Me Dibble. We're about a half hour to go yet. Good to see you though, there, me Dibble. But I had that port put in, but I didn't have my first chemotherapy until almost 3 weeks after the port was put in. So it was all healed up, and I get there and I check in. Half hour goes by and they didn't call me in. And I thought, what the heck? And I went to the front desk and the gal said, well, they're way behind in the lab today. I could see why. The waiting room is packed full of people. And she said, so they're going to get to you real quick here. It wasn't a minute. And here comes one of the nurses from the infusion lab comes out. She goes, oh my gosh, we got to get you in here. She says, follow me. They take me in. And they did. They inserted the line in the port. And that was the first time it was being done. And I told her, I said, this is freaking me out. I said, I've had a couple of people with these ports tell me they're nice, except that they hurt more than the IV.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, oh, jeez. So I got all this anxiety over that. Damn it. I don't with pain anymore. Piss on that. There's a pill for that shit. And I told him that if I would have known that, I would have oxycoded myself up before I got in. And she says,
okay, get down. Oh my gosh. Be careful.
This is
Okay, get down.
in no way is it going to be worse than an IV. And I said, not from what they were saying. She goes, just let us do this. She tells me what they're doing and stuff. And she popped that sucker in there. It felt like I was pricking my finger for a blood test.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, she goes, there we go, it's in. I go, it's in? She goes, yeah. Stay in there until Wednesday. I said, that's it? She goes, yeah, it's all done. And she goes, I'm already drawing your blood. I go, what? She goes, oh, yeah, all your blood tests, everything, meds, your infusions, everything now goes through that. So we only poke you once and we do everything. Where before you had to get poked in the arm to draw all your blood, then you got to have the IV put in it.
Yeah.
She said none of that anymore, just one little poke, and you're good for 3
Probably
days.
depends on how experienced the nurse is doing it.
That too is if you got a good nurse, they know that. And that AccuVein machine is awesome. They got mad at me because they come in my infusion room and I got that thing and I'm looking at all my veins and shit with it. And they go, stop that. That's wearing the batteries out. You're not supposed to play with that equipment. I said, oh, well, you shouldn't have left it so close. But that thing is so cool because it highlights all your veins.
Yeah.
The veins just, boy, they pop right out. They're just, and They only use that machine on me when they do it my left arm because those veins are hard to find. The right arm, boom, right in. They can find those veins no problem. The hand, the wrist, but the left for some reason it's goofy.
Freeman James.
Okay, Freeman. Yeah, you have a good week too, buddy. Another month and a half, but I'll be giving you a shout, working out when I'm coming down that way. That'll be spring. Once we know all the snow is gone and it's dried out a bit, then I'll be heading down your way to visit.
We don't have much snow. Weird. It's a weird year. But it is February. Still could get a whole bunch.
That's it. Is looking at our weather report for this week. I'm going, here it comes. Here it comes. Last year we had a February and a March storm. I believe it was the end of February or first part of March. We had that over 30 inches of snow here.
Yeah, we only had like 8 inches last weekend, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much gone already.
I really don't want to see a storm like that one last year, 30 inches. But
It's almost 50 degrees out there right now. Crazy.
really?
Yeah, it's melting off the house.
Oh, wow.
Every time you hear the snow coming off the house, it makes Bandit bark, so you think somebody's here.
There, yeah. Who's snooping around my place? Yeah.
He looks at the camera. He's funny. He'll sit there and watch the cameras.
Yeah, it's 33
Gee.
33 degrees here. It's supposed to get down to 9 degrees tonight. And then the temperatures just keep dropping all the way to Thursday. And Thursday we're supposed to have below zero overnight. So yeah, it's just getting cold and snow coming.
Yeah, it got cold this week. It was cold.
And in fact, tomorrow, 80% chance of snow all day. And I'm not going to like that because I come out of that stinking cancer center. My truck's buried in snow. I am not going to be happy about that yet.
My car had like maybe 6 inches on it one day, and the top of it was like a hard snow because it had froze. It melted and froze, so it was really hard. I was trying to get it off with a shovel. My son comes out. He just grabs it like that and pulls it, and the whole thing came off.
Came off as one sheet.
Holy.
Or I was in a panic when I cleaned the truck off and got plowed down with it. Then after getting out of that, I had to get what was on the windshield off. I got that off.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and I had the windshield wipers popped out. So there's pointing straight out. That snow, you could only see about maybe that much of each windshield wiper sticking out. That's how deep it is.
Yep.
But it was the back of the truck because I got a tonneau cover. That had 3 feet of snow on it,
Oh, geez.
water underneath it. And I hated putting a shovel to it because it's so easy to tear up a tonneau cover.
Yeah.
But
You went
I'm shoveling that off in big chunks.
back. And
I get it down, and it's a hard surface. I'm like, what the hell? Here, there's about an inch of frickin' ice on that whole. The tonneau cover had sagged, filled with water, and then froze. It was about an inch thick with a little bit of water underneath it. And I could push it, and that whole sheet would move. Well, that's 5.5 feet long, 4 feet wide. You weren't pushing that off there without tearing that tonneau cover apart. I went in the house and got this hammer, it's a rubber hammer, and I started beating that thing. And I managed to break it into like 5 chunks, and I was able to get a hold of those and drag them off of there. My tonneau, I got all the water off of it, and I was amazed. My tonneau cover was not damaged. Just, oh my God, I thought for sure going to have some big tears in it, you know. No, I lucked out. Damn it.
Yeah, Sammy actually got dented in the top from the snow.
Yeah.
I was keeping an eye on him this year. Like last year, just piled up there and tinted on the top.
The hood of my truck had popped down.
Yeah.
Once I got it moving and it all slid off in one big chunk, I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh shit. And I'm going to go around, pop the hood, try to pop it out. Just as I thought about it goes, pop. Yeah, cool. Looked around. Yeah, it's good. No crack paint, nothing. Oh, I'm happy. Thank God. Go around with a dented up hood on my truck. My poor truck hasn't seen the road since before Christmas, so I can't. Starts real good. It runs like $1 million, but it's so snow packed in and it's frozen so solid in there. It's gonna be a bitch getting it out of there. The Plus has got one flat tire. Gotta get that tire aired up and hammer away till I basically punch a path out of the parking spot into the driveway to get the hell out. I couldn't believe this stupid town we live in. Our street out here is just the ice I was talking about on the sidewalk. That's pretty much our street, the whole street. Just all ice, sheer ice. I'm driving running water's pickup in it. I just creep down that road because it's just sheer ice. And they come through the other day and they sanded the alleys and didn't put any sand on the streets. They just sanded the alleys. And it's like,
What?
who the hell? Whoever's making these decisions is not the brightest crayon in the box. Because who gives a shit about that alley? I mean, you can't drive fast on that damn thing anyway. And it's nice and flat.
That's crazy.
But you throw sand on that. And then talking to this guy yesterday, I mentioned that. And he goes, yeah, they did it by my place too. He said, and I was asking, and they said, oh no, they have to do it for the waste disposal company. So their garbage trucks won't flip around when they're driving down the alleys. I said, well, wait a minute. I think the citizens of the city that pay taxes to live here should get their streets sanded before the garbage company gets their alleys sanded. Now, come on. Get real. Now, budget cuts, they said, we only do it when we absolutely have to. I said, well, the minute somebody slides through one of these intersections and they T-bone somebody, that's when you have to.
Yeah. Well, ODOT has to come right by here to get out to the highway, so we know we're going to get our road out here done, but only down to the exit or the highway entrance. The rest of the old highway don't get done until they're all done with everything else.
Oh, jeez. Hey, Justin, I'm still eating that mac and cheese sausage, and I was just telling Running Water earlier that, yeah, I'm having chili tonight for dinner, but I'm craving that mac and tune so bad right now. Yeah, I got some already.
I'm going to fry up my pork roast and make sandwiches.
Oh, that sounds...
Put a little bit of crispy on it. Make sandwiches.
Oh, sounds good.
I went and bought some of those big hamburger buns for us to make sandwiches out of that.
Oh, yeah.
I had one for breakfast when I got home this morning. Yeah, Justin sent me 2 big old summer sausages, and I've got the heel left on one stick. That I'll have for my snack tonight, and I'm cutting into the second stick tomorrow. I guarantee it. I get from the cancer center. I'm gonna be hungry, and yeah, I slice a half a pound or so of that sausage up and just sit and chow down in front of the TV. And Justin, hopefully you're all right.
The yeah, Justin, that stuff's great. I give a small piece, and maybe 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long. The full diameter of the sausage, and gave that chunk to my youngest boy because the family just loves it. And I thought, well, he lives with his mother. I could give a shit she don't get any. She can go drive and get her own. And he's the only kid close by, so I thought I could donate him a couple inches of my sausage. That's all. He stopped yesterday to take me out
Just
to
a couple
lunch.
inches.
Yeah, yeah. But he said he sliced that up and fried it, and he said he was ready to jump in the truck and drive that 4.5 hours all over to that smokehouse and buy a couple sticks. I said, yeah, I'm telling you, that sausage is to die for. And it hasn't, that recipe has not changed. Back in the
What are you thinking, Justin?
1960s, yeah, it tastes exactly the way it did when I was a little kid.
Would you go lay down or something, please?
There are not a lot of things in life that never change. That's one. God dang it! I'm proud of that family.
I don't know. Justin.
What do you? I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I've been missing you, Justin. I hope you're okay.
I always hope to see you on Sundays. Pop in. I can't really think of a Sunday that I haven't seen Justin, but he pops in usually later in the streams. If I don't see him, I don't worry about him too much, as long as I see him the following Sunday. If I miss him one Sunday, I see him the next, and okay, then things must be okay. And yeah, Justin's great. The family stuff going on.
Yeah.
Doesn't that always suck? I mean,
Yeah, it does.
Really sucks. My family now. they said, Pop. They said, you're finally. Yeah, Dr. Smith. It's awesome seeing you too. Damn right. But
See you later, Dr. Smith.
The family, my family, is starting to understand that don't get on personal subjects or any of that stuff, because guess what? I don't give a shit. Oh, my sister said this and that. Well, that's your problem. That ain't mine. Don't even waste your time telling me about it, because I don't want to know. I don't care. Well, you don't care that they... No, I don't. I don't give a shit. You're running Waters laughing down there. He loves that. He loves it. My youngest girl wants to buy my adventure trailer for her and her other half to haul their Harley Davidsons in, so they can do. They like to go out west and motorcycle the whole coast, all the way from
the
Canadian border.
I think like 6 minutes or something. 5 minutes.
And the thing is they're in their 40s. They just don't want to ride all the way out to the West Coast to ride up and down the West Coast. So they thought my adventure trailer, being I'm going to be selling it, they'd be interested. They put their scooters in there because it's got the Murphy bed, counter and all that in there. They can haul that out to Northern California, park it. They got a friend up there that'll let them park it at his place. They'll park it. That's their base camp. And then the motorcycle from there, north and south, and then
Yeah.
spend a week or two out there just cruising. But they'll come back to the trailer, and then when it's time to come home, all the way back to Wisconsin, they trailer the bikes and head home with the rig. I said, yeah, it makes perfect sense to me. And she says, so what kind of deal are you going to give us? I said, I'll give you a good deal. As good a deal as I'll give it to anybody else. I said, you ain't getting no special damn price. It kind of put her off for a while. She got a hold of me a week later and says, the old man says he's good with that. He understands. And I said, good. I figured he would. He'd understand. You're damn right. Why the hell? If I can get $2,500 from some local guy here, why the hell would I sell it to you for $2,000? That $500, that's a lot of cruising for me.
Yeah.
I could do an awful lot with that extra $500. So retail sales tax. Yeah. I don't have to charge them sales tax. That's a nice thing. A private sale, that's their problem in the state of Wisconsin. They're supposed to report that they bought that, not me. Because I'm not a retailer. It's just a private sale. So that's doing my taxes. It goes, did you make any purchases outside of the state of Wisconsin that were untaxed? They want to know if you did, so they can charge the sales tax. There's only one answer to that question. No. Why do they even put yes or no on there? Because nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, I bought a bunch of shit over in this other state, never paid a penny tax on it, and now I'm going to have to pay you. No. Nobody's going to say yes. Yeah.
Well, I was talking or chatting with Allie the other day. Allie's my daughter, oldest child. And she was talking about, coming up, to visit. I told her, I said, well, there's a toll now to come up and see us. And she's like, well, where's the toll at? I said, well, no, you live in Ellsworth now, so you need to bring cheese curds with you when you come up if you're going to visit us.
You can get here, but you can't get in the front door without cheese curds. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's thinking. There you go.
It's like, you're at the source, sweetie. You need to bring.
That's why I'm looking forward to a trip down there this summer. Yeah. Put the cash in an envelope and give it back to her later. No, I'm spending it. What the hell? If I wanted them to get the trailer, I'd put it in the will. Why even sell it? I just put it in the will. But no, hell no. I'm selling it because I'm selfish. And I want that money to go see YouTube friends and go camping and hiking and shit this summer. Yeah, no.
Yeah, she could recoup it and the joy of watching your videos that you make with
there you go.
that money.
Right. Yeah, right. Investing into the channel.
There you go. I do it for
a laugh, yeah. Well, I ain't gonna give her no sweet freaking deal because I helped my youngest boy out so he could buy his Harley Davidson. He rode the Harley one summer. Then he didn't ride it anymore. And I said, sell the damn thing. You ain't gonna ride it. So yeah, he sold it. And he sold it to his sister, the girl that wants the Harley Davidson trailer, for almost half what he paid for it. Running Water offered him the full price that his brother wanted for it. But his brother sold it to his sister for less instead of selling it to Running Water. Well, he did that because They lived together at the time. And the last thing my youngest boy wanted was to see his older brother come home and jump on that Harley and go out and enjoy it because that was his Harley. My brother got no business riding that. So, he sold it to a family member that lives hours away and will never see her riding it, right? Well,
That's so swift, right?
so she already got her sweet deal as far as I'm concerned on the family level. She already got her sweet deal getting that Harley for that price. She ain't getting the Harley trailer for that price. No, because I ain't my youngest boy. No, I'm selling that son bitch out from under everybody to whoever the highest bidder. I don't give a shit who.
Yeah, first come, first serve.
If she offers me $2,500 and I have somebody show up and offer me $3,000, guess what? She ain't got a trailer. She told me, she said, well, if we send you some money to hold it. I said, well, I'll hold it till it sells. She goes,
Yeah.
I said, if you want to send me $1,000, I'll hold on to it until it sells. Either you buy it, you give me the difference, and it's yours, or somebody else buys it and I give you your $1,000 back. I'm not a penny out, but I ain't holding it for you. No, I'm not holding it for anybody. I'm holding it for the person that hands me the cash, and I hand them the paperwork and get the fuck off the place with it. Get out of here, because I got to go. Now I got money. I can afford to put gas in my gas guzzling truck. And she finally got the picture, though. Her old man helped a lot on that. Put a bill for her in your will. Yeah. Well, and that's what I tell people all the time. If my kids are smart, Running Water go through everything that I haven't given out to other people or specifically designated to somebody. Once that shit's over with, everything else, Running Water do what he wants with it. He can pick everything he wants to keep. All the rest of it, if he wants, he can tell somebody, hey, do a yard sale for me, sell all that shit. Take those proceeds, split it up 4 ways amongst the kids, and then none of you have nothing to bitch about. Running Water, he's cool with shit. He don't care. Yeah. And it's like he said, he's got just a couple minor things that he definitely wants, Well, yeah, that's cool. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's cool. You get those. Well, he said the rest of that shit, all you got to do is ask. Oh, yeah. The only thing is I don't want my remains sent to either of the girls.
Oh, no.
My two boys can let me house sit at their house, but I don't want my remains sent to my 2 girls. The one would probably sprinkle my ashes across Nebraska. That'd be my fucking. And the other one, my ashes, her kids would probably make sure they end up in the barbecue, So
Oh, God. Oh, man.
I'd rather stay with the boys. It's safer that way. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I figured, yeah, it would just end up sitting on a shelf, and if it did get sprinkled anywhere, I'd go make a trip up to like Glacier or something, and keep it quiet so the rangers don't know. Glacier National Park.
Well, I'll
take them up to the mountains.
I'll tell you what. I could actually. Well, Travis could get you in touch with them too, but. I could actually give you. Good to see you, Marine Mom. But yeah, don't end up in the cat box. Yeah,
Marine Mom.
But Chris, my supervisor with the Forest Service, he'd let you sprinkle them at the campground. The only problem is I don't want to be sprinkled in my campsite at the campground because I had that campsite where that 62-year-old guy disappeared. I mean, He'd come in there on his motorcycle, set his tent up, and he paid for a couple of nights, and then he didn't pay for a couple of nights. So they checked on him, and everything was in camp. The only problem is there was his pants, his underwear, his shirt, his boots, his socks, everything all nicely laid on the picnic table. A bottle of Jack that only had about 2 ounces left in it. And his tent was all set up. Everything he owned was in that tent. Motorcycles there, motorcycle keys, his wallet was there. Everything about him was there, except for him.
That's
The
weird.
presumption,
That's
the
crazy.
presumption today is that no, a bear didn't get him. The
I was
dogs.
watching videos on how people disappear in Oregon and the mountains and stuff. Holy cow.
The presumption right now is that there's only two reasonable situations. He's in that lake. They scoured that lake. I mean, they had divers in that lake for 2 weeks.
Jeez.
Problem is there's one big shoreline in that lake that is a floating bog. And you
Oh.
can't dive under that. You can't get under that. And if the body and the prevailing winds head right towards that bog. So if that body got under that bog, it's under there forever. They'll never
Wow.
find it. And it's that, or else it's all been staged. And he had someone come to that campground, and he probably had some clothes with him, other clothes, put those on, they pulled up to his campsite, he got in the vehicle, and off they went. And he's gone. He's out in fucking, I don't know, wherever, Cozumel, Mexico. You know. But
Wow, that's crazy.
the reason they have that as a possibility is when they put the search dogs on the place. Those dogs nailed his scent right away, man. And they went up to the outhouse and back. They go to the edge of the campground by the road as it goes past the campsite. And they stop right there. Nothing beyond that. They took them out around it. Nothing. They go right back to the campsite, and they'll come out to the blacktop. That's it. Boom. The dogs are done. But where they always wanted to go was straight to the water's edge. They kept going straight down. They sniff them out and go straight to the water's edge. So they're assuming he got drunker than shit on his Jack, decided to go for a little skinny
Wow.
and drowned. And I think that's what happened to him.
All right, doctor.
But my supervisor, he said, "You had to pick that campsite for your host site, didn't you?" I said, "Well, yeah. I'll never feel alone. Richard, he'll be there." And
Oh, God.
he just shook his head. And I never did get away. Maybe I can do it now. Now that the clock is ticking down, maybe I'll do that this summer. I'll go to Walmart, buy me some underwear. I want to buy some underwear and write Richard on the waistband. And I'll just put a small rock in each pair so it'll sink, and go around that lake and drop a few pairs of them underwear off in that
Oh, my
lake, and hope that someday somebody fishing out there, because they fish for muskies in that lake all that, hooks a pair of them underwear. I found Richard, because they got posters up, looking for Richard. And it's been a
whole
3
bunch
years
of people will be finding Richard.
Yeah. First person will find Richard, get all of the scoop, all the attention. Their 15 minutes of fame. They found Richard's underwear, and then someone else will pop up and say, "But I just found Richard's underwear." Really? We found 4 Richards in that lake. Yeah. Or one Richard washing his underwear and he drowned. Yeah. He had a week's worth of underwear he's out there washing and he drowned. I don't know, poor Richard. Yeah, that's where if Chris said, yeah, you could sprinkle your ashes on site number 6 at East Wind Lake, say, no, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. Yeah, somewhere remote out in the Barrens or out in the Schwamigan Forest somewhere. I wouldn't mind that, I guess. I wouldn't mind that at all. I could never understand that either. I've known a couple of people that taken loved ones that were cremated and spread their ashes. And they put that person in the fanciest damn urn you ever seen. And then when they go out to spread the ashes, they're dumping their ashes all out. What did they do with that urn afterwards? What the hell? Did they reuse that thing or what? I mean,
I don't know.
why put them in an urn? My oldest daughter's ex, a father of a couple of her kids, a few of her kids. No, it wasn't him. It was another family member. But they used a cigar box for him, a big old cigar box. Put him in there. I said, well, that's kind of cool that he put his remains in that cigar box. And they said it wasn't that cool. They said it was a bitch finding one big enough for his fat ass to fit in.
Wow.
Fill it full of dimes. Yeah. What in the hell, Running Water? You're already taking a break?
Well, I gotta get fuel.
Oh. Okay. I get it.
Cocaine.
Unfortunately.
You're not driving one of them electric trucks.
Oh, God, I would have had to stop 3 hours ago if I was driving on electric.
or have a very long extension cord. I saw somebody that said they should run power cables down the center lanes, the centers of all the lanes of the highways, and then we got the bar with the little
like the old trolleys.
the old trolleys. So we run the power for our houses and everything, and for the vehicles, all on those lines. I said, yeah, that's makes a lot of sense. And then the first storm you have, you got all these hot lines laying all over the highways, all over. Yeah, it sounds real good to me, you morons. I mean, yeah, good luck with that. I love that poor old Uncle Joe Biden. Sticking his foot in his mouth at his State of the Nation address. We're going to need fossil fuels for another decade yet. But wait a minute. Maybe longer, he says. And when everybody bursts out laughing over that, they're saying, what an insult to laugh at the president that way. Well, I tell you what, if you say something stupid, you're going to get laughed at. That is, you're trying to shut down fossil fuels, but then say we're going to need it. Yeah, you can't be talking out both sides of your mouth and get away with that for long. Yeah, gas-powered generators in their trunks. Yeah. Yeah, it is a hustle, and yeah, if you didn't laugh at them, we'd be crying, right? Yeah, yeah, that's it. It is such. I get people ripping on me every so often about driving my Ford King Ranch with the big V8 in it. Only gets 12 miles a gallon. I said, but those are my 12 miles. So mind your own damn business. Well, I get 40 miles a gallon in my car. I said, yeah, and you can't haul kayak in it, and you can't haul the camping gear in it. You can't. I said, and those are your 40 miles. I said, no. I look at it this way. My 12 miles versus your 40 miles, my 12 miles are better than yours because I paid a lot more for them. Yeah. So they must be better than yours. And everybody.
Sty, I better get going. I
think we got to wrap this
before
up.
another stream tonight.
Yeah,
Another
15
stream
minutes.
going in about 3 hours or 4 hours or so.
I got to eat too. Hey, guys, we're going to be wrapping this up now.
Thanks for
Till
having me.
next time. Oh, you betcha, sweetheart. You betcha. Hey, folks, until next Sunday, you all take care of yourselves. I want to thank Native Kutsa for coming up. That's awesome. It was sweet having Sam up for a while. Running Water, thanks for hanging out with us. He wasn't going to be up. He's going to be driving. Well, he could be up and driving. So everything worked out good. It was a great day today. Love you all. I want you all to take good care of yourselves. And we'll see you next Sunday. So let's grab that girl on the porch and dance our butts out of here. We'll see you guys.
Later, y'all.